Hey guys,
Hey, what's
welcome.
going on?
Sorry we're late. We're welcome to the Salty Texas Sea builds a pirate ship, and Nathan and Pips talk about craft beer. All right, go.
It's all my fault. It's all my fault.
Yeah, we
I
were
was being a
busy.
horse's ass.
I left out the pipes. I'm sorry, pipes
Uh,
and crafted beer
That's right.
and pirate ship. So okay, so I guess some of that could be Wheel of Time, but
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what happened?
Always.
I tuned out because you guys were talking about all the beer you guys made. So let's
You know,
start
it's
there. I don't.
it's funny you say that. I
Yeah.
had an interesting Reddit conversation with someone a while ago. They talked about the implicit misogyny and the lack of pipes for female characters in the Wheel
oh,
of Time.
fuck off. Fuck right off.
Agreed.
I'm sorry.
Right.
God.
And I was
Patriarchy.
like, you know what? You're right. They're just none of the women smoke pipes. I guess yeah, it's better things to do.
Well,
It's that women's circle protesting.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh my God! Did you see the? Well, I don't know if anybody saw my video here, but did
Oh,
you
we
see
saw it.
the extended deleted scene? What did you? Let's start off with that. Nate, did you see the scene? What did you think of it? Before we go on to this mystery article I've been teasing with you guys, because we're gonna do that, then we're gonna talk some great hunt and maybe some season 2 expectations. Maybe we'll see where the
Yeah.
chat takes us. So what did you think? Were you disappointed that all that goodness was left out of the show? I mean, I know I was.
I mean, I could always do with more Egwene worship from the TV show, or mole worship. Sorry.
Well,
I mean, it just
Moly, moly,
I-
mole.
it was. I'm sitting there watching that, and like the only thing they showed from that in the previews was her coming out of the water.
Yep.
And for some reason, that's some type
Yep.
of triumphant thing for her in the fandom of the show. But the lead up to it, where they're pouring stuff into the water, all this ceremonial stuff, I'm just gonna like, man, you cut out 5 minutes of show that took away from 15 minutes that had nothing to do with the books in the first place.
Yeah.
So
But you guys remember, I think it was back in January or February when we covered that leaked screenplay that somebody said that was the original screenplay, that was the hard R, and all of that scene was written with her going into the pool, all of the lamb's blood, them bathing her with lamb's blood, and then that, of course, then went to Matt going down on a prostitute outside of a bar, because that's what Robert Jordan used to write about.
Hey,
right?
it wasn't outside of a bar. It was in a barn.
Okay.
Better.
I stand corrected.
better. We sort of started right quick. I didn't even introduce who we had here. I was so thrown off by the craft beer and pipe talk in the pirate ship. But welcome, a Man of Manetheren. I said Manetheren.
Silmarillion.
Similarian. Yeah.
Similarian. There you go. Man, a Man of Manetheren. Nathan himself, welcome, sir. Thank you for being here. God damn. Yes, old tongue. You're right, Dane. My tongue is quite old.
Ladies.
And once again, we got Pips from the White Cloaks here, sir. Thank you. I know you were busy this afternoon, but I'm glad you made it. And the shipbuilder, Hardy Har himself, the shipbuilder, the shipwright, Mr. Salty Texas Sea, who is trying to catch up on his monstrous Flying Dutchman project, which is going to be cool as hell. How you guys doing? Go ahead.
I was going to say I had a great build stream with Purple Valkyrie. We're going to do it again tomorrow. I'm not cheating. There's just a bunch of wiring that I have to run for LED lights, and I wanted to get that all set so we could do some serious build tomorrow. But as ever, Steve, it's great to work with you. Pips, it's great to see you again. And my brother Nathan, you are a solid cat. Always great to see you.
Yeah, well, thank you all for coming again. Like I said, my style is sort of, we're going to wing the hell out of this. We're just going to go for it. I got a few things queued up, but we're just going to roll. Chat, thank you for being here. Hyperbolic Ninja, how you doing, sir? Thank you for being here. It would be nice if we got a Wheel of Time show. I don't know that Amazon made, but it only had character names from the books. Yeah, that's pretty much right, man. So thank you for being here, Purple Valkyrie. Thank you as always for being here.
Purple's here. Don't be
She
mad
is.
at me, Purple. We talked about this.
We have OBG70 himself, Mike. How you doing, sir? I'll get back to you. I did get your DM, so I will get back to you after the stream. Hey, questions are here as well. How you doing? I'm assuming it's Child Domon. We'll see. I'm not sure. And I know I missed somebody. Jaden Hamilton, I saw, was here. Thank you, sir. And Dane, as always, will make sure that we are book accurate because he's the encyclopedia of knowledge, right? So,
I'll tell you what would be trippy is if we had Dane and Unbearable 73 going back and forth on the micro war.
You could just have a fact off. That could be like that would be like, whoa, man. My brain might blow up before that one's over. But
how long they renamed cuts you off?
I think they renamed this the Dane edition.
I still need to get me one of those. I
actually just picked one up. They're on sale right now, and they don't appear to have the Amazon logo, at least not in the picture that's for sale. So I was like,
nice.
well,
I've got that one. That's a great book.
$20 and no Amazon logo. Done.
Yep.
Yeah, I got.
Unfortunately, my Great Hunt does have that crap on it.
Oh, jeez. Really?
You gotta get yourself one of these right here. That's the.
I got an old one sitting.
Oh, we're gonna start doing that. All right, you guys on.
He's gonna break out the actual comics.
Salty Texas said that he destroyed his studio. So
Yeah, I did. I destroyed
we,
my studio.
We were counting on him not having all the good stuff to sort of show us all up with.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to knock any more stuff over because I actually have the Great Hunt like in the other room because I've been going through it for the show. So,
ladies and gentlemen, we just avoided Salty saying, "Excuse me," while I whip this out.
Canada, so,
well, there's only so many things I can break: my channel, my office, my studio in 1 week. So I'm just going to sit.
So who can pronounce this? Because Jaden Hamilton, Aman Al-Aglet. Is that it? Alget?
Aman Alget.
The dragon.
Aman Al-Alget means the dragon will fight in the old one. And Doviende se tovi again means time to roll the dice.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew it. So so David Talpos already has a question for. I have a question. Won't the fact that there is no gender power ruin all the plot points dealing with the power, like Rand needing a woman to cleanse Saidin? So
I could answer this the way I think Rafe Judkins would answer.
This is exactly why I don't plan anything, because we get awesome questions like this. So Pips, you're chomping at the bit. Go for it, my man. Go.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna give the Rafe Judkins answer as you might have seen him in his AMA, which we're gonna go over the AMA in a while. I think. Dane's
real quick. There will most likely be spoilers, so just close your ears for a minute if you don't want to.
Wait. Are you worrying about spoiling the show or the books? Because there's no way to spoil the show.
But usually, when we're talking about whatever the show is, book stuff comes up. So I just want to quantify, because I know
I'm not even going to say any spoilers.
Jaden is still reading, guys. So come on, we don't want to ruin it for Jaden. So let's just I want Jaden here, but I don't want to ruin the book. All right. So go ahead, Pips.
No spoilers. The Rafe Judkins answer is that's a great question. Next question.
Yep.
The most political non-answer you could possibly give is what Amazon and its showrunners have been feeding the fucking fans.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Salty.
Well, I think the other answer you're going to get is gender is a construct, and we're deconstructing that even in Robert Jordan's world, because it's important that our entertainment reflect the world around us.
Yay.
Which I'm just going to say, kiss my ass. It's entertainment. So.
Gender is a construct that we're deconstructing, but I really want to make a show about strong women characters.
I have a question for you guys. If gender's a construct, then why does Rafe Judkins identify as a gay man? This is a weird road to go down, but why is that so important?
You can't get hired in Hollywood as a cis man.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, look at Ezra Miller. You can choke a bitch out and still have a job, but
right, because he goes by they.
Well, also on top of that, just to add to that question, there's something coming up real quick that's going to be ruined. If it's even if it's going to even be in there, there's a sword that happens to be in tier
Yep.
that can't be used by just a male. So what
But
are
you
they going to
guys
do with that?
remember? Wait. You guys remember what they did with Tear for Suan Sanche with her daddy? You remember that? Where it was in the middle of this like Amazonian rainforest. There was no city. This wasn't on the ocean. It didn't look like that river could have taken deep water running ships, so they could have come up river. There was no big stone. Remember that? I pointed that out in my episode review. How are they going to do this? Is it just going to be like some Amazon all-girl lesbian like thing that they're just going to like make this up? You know, I mean, why not? I mean, what else does Rafe Judkins have? But do you think they just forgot what the hell Tear was?
I don't think they even looked.
So I'm gonna
go ahead, Pips.
I'm gonna rep Dane's theory here, which is that we're not actually gonna see Tear. That the stone is gonna be in Falm.
Yeah.
Oh Christ!
Well, I think you're probably right. Unfortunately, like because they keep saying they're gonna mash Dragon Reborn and the Great Hunt together, and that's part of why. So let's just talk because that's part of. Go ahead, Nate. Go.
I think that's why Rand left Moraine and went off by himself, because he's going to have the journey they had from Falme to Tyr. He's going to have that journey here in the Great Hunt.
Well, and that's
what I think.
Because there's nothing important about him doing the journey that he has in the Great Hunt.
Well, that's
right?
hold on,
right? Because fuck Matt.
That's
yeah,
part
pretty
of,
much.
Because that's part of what I wanted to talk about this, because I just finished the Great Hunt, and we'll just get into it now. You know, all the bonding Rand does with Loyal and all that stuff. Oh, I don't care. What did I say? We're winging it. You're not derailing anything. Let's talk about pipes. All right, let's fuck it.
Well, this is a Brebbia.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
that's a real treat. Hold it up a little higher.
Welcome to pre-stream, right? But it's like, I'm pretty sure that's exactly what they're doing, because screw you guys. You know, I'm leaving now.
Bye. We'll take it from here.
Yeah, you'll take over. Right? I think you're right, because you know, Rand's not there. Loyal should be dead, but like I didn't realize that.
What? Wait. Let's talk about Loyal for a second.
Yeah,
let's talk about Loyal
let's
in
do
the
that.
Great Hunt. Let's talk about that Tina Turner Frankenstein drag queen they had rocking in season 1 that couldn't even open up the ways, which was kind of,
dude,
from a reader's perspective, kind of, it seemed like the only reason Loyal was around in the beginning was to be somebody to create this magical pathway. And, you know, I mean, no disrespect to Robert Jordan's world, but that, you know, he's the guy who's the keymaster who, you know, whatever. And they even took that away from him in season 1. So what the hell point is there of even having Loyal? You know, where's the storyline with him not wanting to get married because his mother wanted him to marry like another Ogier? You know, are they going to make Loyal gay? Because
Jesus,
why not? Why not have Loyal be gay? That's why he ran away. It's not because he wants to adventure, but because he's a gay Ogier.
You've already broken
on that one.
At first, I want to know, why do you dislike Tina Turner so much?
I don't. I just
dislike
anything to do with Rafe Judkins, and I don't like being threatened.
Go ahead, Nate. Go.
I always thought of Loyal as the live action VeggieTale.
Fair.
I mean, that's what he looks like, the asparagus, doesn't he?
He does actually quite a bit, but I mean, you get a lot of carrot comments. But
you guys keep talking about this character, and I'm trying to think, like, from when I watched the show, was that the guy standing behind this sort of large thing with the Pomeranian sort of on top? Like, is that? I can't recall any sort of characterization. I thought that was background sort of work.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. Well, thank God that thing is dead. It got stabbed at the end of the season 1.
Except there's a fake out. There's a fake out.
So thank God.
Talk about killing the stakes as quickly as possible.
We don't got to deal with that thing anymore, because it's got stabbed in the heart. So, yeah, but so I guess, man. So I don't know. I think I don't know how we got on. Oh, we wanted to talk about Loyal because Loyal's so great in the Great Hunt with Rand and all the portal stones, and none of that's going to happen at all. Because
I agree, and that's why I brought it up.
Yeah,
that's because Loyal book 2 was where I really started to really like Loyal. Like I really started to like Loyal a lot. You know?
Yeah, because that was one of the things I didn't realize on this read through because I just finished it. Like I said, is Loyal has so much book time with Rand, and they bond so much. And Loyal is so fuck it. He's so fucking awesome. He's like, Rand, we're friends. I'll go anywhere with you, man, because you're my bud. I mean, it's like that's just straight up. He's just like, we're you're my friend.
Loyal in the Great Hunt is straight up ride or die.
Yeah, it's like you're Taviran, but you're my bud too. So I'm not going to leave you. I'll go wherever you need me. It's like
just interdimensional travel with monsters. Fucking let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm there for it. This makes me think you need Loyal to open the ways, but they got rid of that in the show. Now you have Moiraine who's been stilled, so now that provides Egwene an opportunity to show her superpowers because you can have her lead the way in the ways while Nynaeve sits there and mocking Shin.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Mach and Shin is the therapist. They don't need to do anything about it. He just tells you support.
Just tells you hard truths.
Yeah. Exactly.
Here's the copay.
Let me read this real quick by Hyperbolic Ninja so I can get it out. So I have a question. Do you guys think that the fact that Robert Jordan was a war hero and the most difficult thing Rafe has done is Survivor have anything to do with the differences between the show and the books?
Yes.
Everything.
Generational differences, also appreciation of canon. I can guarantee you Robert Jordan loved Tolkien, probably a lot of other fantasy stuff from the 60s, 50s, arguably. Obviously was a much more talented, creative person, and the world that he came back and he made, because The Great Hunt came out in 1990, in November, if I'm not mistaken, of 1990. You know, this is an act of creation versus an act of subversion. And with Rafe Judkins, it's just about subverting and wiping his agenda all over the Sistine Chapel, in my opinion. So,
Corey is building a pirate ship. So get up to date, Jaden. Come on, man. You're behind the times. Yeah. So go ahead. I was going to say, anybody else got something to say?
I was going to ask a question because we talked about Egwene showing her power. So we're talking about the next season. We're talking about the Great Hunt, right? If I can ask a poll from you guys, and maybe if you can throw one into the chat to see what they think.
Sure. Well, it depends. We'll see how good your poll idea is, sir.
All right.
I may kick you out of the stream.
Do we think that the Egwene sort of like traumatic capture and imprisonment by the Seanchan, is that going to be in the show?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I don't think they have the balls.
No.
I don't think they have the fucking balls. And it ruins her character if it doesn't happen.
So they can't. They can't.
Agreed.
Because they've made her the unbreakable already. We'll get a poll up tonight, but I think that's going to be an overwhelming no because they can't do it because she's already been unbreakable. Her capture scene was already the White Cloaks and her outsmarting the White Cloaks and stealing Perrin's thunder and all the character stuff that Perrin's supposed to have. No. She didn't get any good character. That was just bullshit. But they've now made it so now Egwene is the toughest bitch on the block and nothing's gonna phase her. So if they try and ball gag her because there's no collars anymore and whip her so the goo comes out, if you guys all remember that animation, right? If they're gonna even try and do that, she'll figure out a way to free herself and fry the Suldom that's trying to control her and be like, you don't know who you're fucking with, and just stomp on her. They can't do it.
And that's a travesty because the growth her character has while she's in captivity, the ability she learns is freaking huge but they're going to squash it down. If they do have it, it's going to be condensed into like 5 minutes of captivity. And so there's no room for growth whatsoever with her. I mean, she ends up being one of the few female Aes Sedais that are able to sit there and have any power with Earth, and she's able to do it.
Well, and she learns like That's
humility. She learns some humility
that,
too.
and she learns a ton of things through the power really fast because they force her to do it. It's part of why she advances so fast is because,
Yep.
while it was terrible being in prison and enslaved, she learned a lot quickly because they wanted her to be a weapon, and then they found out she could find the elements, and they freaking they taught her. They taught her, and that's why she became so powerful so fast. Sorry, go ahead, Pips. What were you saying?
Well, it's also like to the extent that Unbreakable Egwene is canon, it's where like her captivity and the sort of trauma she experiences is what actually turns her into that character. So you see, like the canon story, she has an arc, and the end of that arc is the Unbreakable Egwene, right? That is able to survive imprisonment at the hands of Elida. Sorry, spoilers for everything. sorry, Steve. I'm ruining everything in your chat.
We only have a few. I think Lyle's hiking, so I think we're okay.
So
go ahead.
imagine being so bad at screenwriting and like writing a story and just narrative construction that you're like, man, I really love this thing, and so we should just start with that and then never change it.
But they're not. But they're not being bad at their job. Rafe Judkins' job was to deconstruct and to insert ideology and identity politics and to hit ESG scores. And yes, I'm a broken record. And yes, I'm tired of saying that. And I know you're tired of hearing it. But it is the answer to all of these things.
So
it is.
I actually have a quick question because I think you're right, and it's a little bit, well, it's off topic. So most people, I would assume, have all I know I've seen it. Have the three of you seen Reacher and the Terminal List?
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys enjoy it?
OBG70 is crying in the chat because he
enjoyed
hated
both.
Terminal List.
He hated Terminal. Did he? So I enjoyed it. Now my father has read both. All right. He's a big fan of Jack Reacher, and I didn't know until we talked about it, but he's a big fan of the Terminal List. And one of the things that pissed me extremely off, not at my father, but because of the discussion, was he said that those two shows are actually pretty faithful to the story that they are coming from, that they're adapting. So why is it with thrillers or action thrillers or psychological thrillers like those? I guess they're psychological thrillers. I don't know what category of action thrillers.
Just action.
Why is it those are being adapted faithfully, and obviously they're being liked, watched, and enjoyed because everybody talks about those two shows and says they were actually pretty good on Amazon, but we can't get a good fantasy adaptation from either the Wheel of Time or what the impending doom that is the Rings of Power? Is it just because, why is it? I don't understand why they can do one and not the other. Does anybody know? Or is it just sort of fantasy's easier to mess up?
Potentially, I think some of those things like Reacher, maybe the Terminal List, they know the demographic that essentially would watch this, the age of them, what their political leanings are, because everything is driven by data. Everything is driven by data. Now, that data may not be accurately interpreted. It may be run through something that produces a predetermined outcome, But I think in this case, I mean, you could ask the same question about Stranger Things 2. Wasn't Stranger Things 2 all over the place, crazy, batshit crazy? I don't know the answer to this question.
Yeah,
I think with fantasy and Star Wars and Marvel and Tolkien and Robert Jordan, I think they're trying to take away the iconography of the hero's journey from the current generation. So they don't have anything to be inspired by. They're just supposed to be what they are, stay what they are, and hate people that are resilient. I don't know. Is that crazy?
I don't think it's crazy. I mean, it's one of those. I was almost going to say, is it because they're just, leaders in their field? But I know that the Jack Reacher series of books is very extremely popular, and so is the Terminal List. So I guess that's not it either. I guess it's just, I don't know. I think the demographic is probably it, and maybe they think they can reach more people. Is what I guess you're saying with some of these other genres that. Which I don't know why Stranger Things is the outlier, but that's not in there. It's maybe that's just a case of a creator not letting their creation be destroyed. I don't know.
If I could chime in here, I think that one of the aspects of this, and this is just a personal theory, it's not backed by any data. one of the aspects is that the world building burden in fantasy is so different than it is in something like a Jack Reacher, where they don't have to explain the world that you live in because it's supposed to be the real world, right? And because of that, the story is pretty tight, and it's just you have a character, and the character is or is not certain things, and you have a plot. And then there's some things about narrative construction of those two stories specifically that they are fairly like narrow kind of stories, right? But I think that the narrowness is enabled by the fact that it's living in the real world. It's kind of like anyone who's a fan of the Dresden Files. The Dresden Files is able to have a really awesome, amazing world because it's nested within the real world, right? So he doesn't have to do as much world building to make things make sense to the audience. Whereas in a fantasy story, it's high fantasy. There's so much heavy lifting outside of the plot that has to be done that you end up where somebody can look at this book and they can look at the 14 plus prequel for books for the Wheel of Time, and they can sit there and they can debate about what this book is even about, right? Nobody can read Jack Reacher novels and have any question about what the story Jack Reacher is telling is about. But you can read the Wheel of Time, and true fans can sit here and disagree about like what the key motifs are, what the key sort of like aspects of the story is, what makes the story essential, right?
Well,
and it's because there's so much around it.
It's all about intersectional feminism, neo-Marxism, and identity politics. You know, obviously, it's not about anything else. It's just about that.
Well, Nerporio says, so real quick, Nerporio, how you doing, buddy? My Better Call Saul brother. When the corporations are in charge of the production, Lord of the Rings is run by Bezos himself. Star Wars and Marvel are to promote Disney Plus. Star Trek is to promote Paramount Plus. It's just content. So I think there's a matter of that too. And there was I just want to say Max Scherzer. Sorry, you know me.
Scherzer. The hell's wrong with you?
There you go. I can't pronounce shit. You know me by now.
Okay,
Come on.
I do.
I get all tongue. You know, come on. I can't pronounce.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
I love you, Steve.
I love you too, buddy. What can I say? I tried Reacher, didn't like it, but I will give them this. They made something that their target audience would like. Wheel of Prime completely failed at that. Yeah. So exactly. So I'm on board. What were you? I think who did I interrupt? I'm sorry. Was it you, Pips? Were you saying? Did you lose your thought? I'm sorry. No,
brother.
All right. Well, let's get the blood boiling a little bit because we've been. So we went off on a cool little segue there. I like that. So we're gonna
too chill. He's got to rage.
Are you done with the foreplay now, Steve? Is that what?
Yeah, we're done with the foreplay. So we're gonna look at. I've been teasing Pips with this
my
list.
drink on.
Yeah, but
so
Steve's about to start rage farming.
So I am. So, no, I've been teasing. So this popped up again. So I know it's if you look at the published date on this, and let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. Sorry, zoom.
March. Is it March or May?
It's March.
Oh, yep, I knew it. I knew this when I covered this article.
March 31st. Did you? So I must have missed that one. Sorry, my brother. I don't know.
No, it's okay. It was like 4 months ago, dude. I mean, so much else has gone wrong in the world.
So, and I'm pretty sure I covered something like this way back when it came out, but it popped up again. It just in my feed randomly on my phone, and I looked at it. So I'm like, all right, well let's take a look at these power rankings real quick, right? And something dawned on me when I got to the end. It just I couldn't help myself. So we got the show power rankings. Okay, so we'll just go scroll. We're not going to read any of this gobbledygook. So this list is starting out in a bad place when Parents number 8. Okay, so parent.
Admittedly, look at the picture that they used for him.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Him.
He's the gimp.
He's strapped on the mounting block.
Gimp, dude. He's the gimp. Yeah.
He's getting a fireball up the ass right now from Egwene.
He's getting the fin. He's getting the fin from Disney Star Wars treatment. Isn't it funny what Hollywood does? You know?
Yeah. So Max says it right there in chat. That's the best pick. That is the best picture they could use. Why is
we've been doing this on the rewatch. We've been doing this on the rewatch. You literally can't grab a screen grab of this character in the show where his mouth is closed.
Nope.
This is the best you could do.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to take Finn yelling Ray and just dub all of Perrin's dialogue from season 1 and just have it be Ray, because that was the same effect that they used for this character.
It would work too. I think it would work.
Yeah.
I may have to steal that from you. So we're not. So let's go. Now this is one that sort of semi broke me, but we're going on to 7. Are you ready? Here comes number 7.
Sure.
Mm.
Are you fucking kidding me? I
Rant-
remember this article now.
The draft.
I remember this article. Yeah.
Now I know we're talking about the show, but like
Man,
by the
that's
end
good.
of Eye of the World, just think of all the things Rand has done.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, he's sucked up a pool of sardine. He's defeated Balsamon once.
Yep.
He killed a whole army of Trollocs by himself.
No, he didn't. That was Egwene and Nynaeve.
Shit, I'm sorry, I fucked that up. My bad. I forgot
Yeah,
it was him.
Isn't it funny how many things they took away from the
It's
character?
just the
that is
internalized
actually
misogynism
the character.
of you trying to take
Yeah.
Nynaeve and Egwene's moment away from them like that.
I think I know what Rand's character arc in season 2 in the Amazon Wheel of Time is. You ready for it?
Ready for
He's
it.
gay.
I'm ready.
He's gay.
Changed the scissoring.
That's it? Yeah, okay. I think it's gay for Perrin, though.
Isn't that
it?
enough? He's
He's gay.
stunning. He's gay. That's all he's got. Because he didn't
That
do
is true.
anything else. He didn't do anything else.
The state of modern Hollywood is that actually is all you need for a
Yeah.
plot. It's
So
just
it's-
Yeah.
this is this character. This character is
Yeah.
gay. Give us your views.
Yeah.
You dig it.
Well, didn't Rafe say in an interview that the characters are going to be exploring themselves in season 2? There's going to be a deeper dive into their dark journey, and it's
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like that's
be
not what we want. That's not what was in the book. It's
They're going to
you
be
know.
exploring themselves a lot.
Yeah, in their
Right.
deep here, I'll do it. Deep journey. Yes. Exactly.
And Suwan and Moraine are going to be exploring themselves together.
Oh no. I've got a prop for that. Hold on. I've got a prop for
Oh no!
hold on. I got
Are you going to get my stream taken down, man?
No. Here we go.
There it is. Yeah, there you go. And then we're gonna break. It's gonna shift from that, and then Perrin and Rand are gonna be trying to do that because they don't know they have dicks.
Yeah.
Because neither of them can have Egwene.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're gonna fight over Egwene. So that's number 7. So let's go to number 6. Is of course Egwene is more powerful than Rand. Of course.
What is their explanation? They have those paragraphs.
What,
I gotta
for Rand? For
I gotta
Rand?
know.
You really
What did
wanna
they
know?
write? What did they
Yeah.
write?
Rand's abilities were downplayed until it was revealed that he is the Dragon Reborn and Sadin, and they didn't say anything about Sadin. And as the Dragon Reborn, whose destiny it is to challenge and destroy the Dark One. This discovery opened a new world. Blah blah blah. This is crap. I'm not reading it. It's terrible. There's no explanation.
When did they
bullshit.
upplay his
It's
abilities?
They didn't. He was a punk. He was a
Rand is
punk.
the most underrated in the character.
The greatest thing he did in that show was he stood 2 feet from Baalzamon when he woke up, held something out within a slap of Baalzamon's hand, saying, "Hey, slap this away before it demolishes you," and the guy just stood there like nothing.
Well, you want to know what's crazy too? I don't
Funniest
know.
episode ever.
We don't even have it confirmed that that's. Have they even? Is that not? That could be the Dark One, as far as we know. They didn't even state that that's Balsamon or Ishmael or anybody. His credit is the Dark One. So
Gosh,
is he
can
the
you
Dark One?
imagine if they literally like axe half the Forsaken and
They
then
could
make-
axe all
and
of
make-
them.
and then make Ishamael from the first 3 books? They just make him actually the Dark
Yeah.
One. Yeah, the
They-
Dark One's just walking around in a man body. Just,
Well, we
They
we had to make deep cuts, but Egwene, we're gonna video Egwene walking to a pool of shit, and that's useless. Sorry. Go ahead, Nate. What were you saying? What do you want to say?
Well, they had one mention in one scene of the Forsaken, and it was the guy who knifed himself, blanking on his name, but he was sitting there playing with a basic Forsaken chess set in prayer,
Steppin'.
and that's all. Steppin', thank you.
The
And that's
Giga Chess,
all that
Steppin',
they
man.
mentioned with the Forsaken. They didn't even approach Balsamon, no mention of that there. And it's just absolutely ridiculous that they can sit there and think that they've established the lore of the Forsaken and produce something deep and meaningful in the future seasons.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I think it would have been great. Like, I mean, we could speculate all we want, and we could say it, but I'm going to say it. It would have been great to see Baltimore and Agnor show up and just have Rand fry him. Just even if you're not going to give him, like, if you're taking away the whole, him destroying the Trolloc army and saving the Shinorans, at least give him something to do other than have a cry fight with the Dark One, which is supposed to be Egwene's scene in her Terran Grawl, for acceptance, her accepted, elevation, right? So it's like I don't know. It's they couldn't give him anything because it would make him look too strong.
I'm surprised that you're not saltier about your namesake being deleted from the series. I mean, without Rand,
I'm not
being there at Tarwin's Gap. Without Rand at Tarwin's Gap destroying the Trolloc army, there is no Prophet of the Dragon.
Look, man. I look. Yes, I'm just saying, if you're gonna do one, give him something to do. Rand didn't show up in all of season 1.
Sorry,
He's
guys.
There,
Prophet is trying to hate farm me. I'm trying to hate farm him back.
Okay, no. By the power of vagina, I compel you. By the power of vagina, just kiss. This show can suck my.
Those are the strongest cheekbones in the show. I mean, they make Lan look like a little boy.
Yeah. All you gotta do is look at her face and you weep. Go ahead, Nate. Sorry.
That's a squarer jaw than I've seen in animated kids shows. I mean, good grief.
It looks like the Thundercats Ho remake, right? There you go.
Yeah.
All right, so hold on. We're gonna keep going here. So there's Leandrin.
Well, hold it. Go back to Leandrin in a second. Let's go back to Leandrin in a second because I want to do this. Back. You guys remember in season 1, I think it was episode 4 or 5, whenever they went back to not the tower, where there were no, accepted or anyone else. And the show's Leandrin hits on Moiraine. Remember that?
Yeah.
Moiraine being a blue, Leandrin being a red. They've been at war and hate each other for 3,000 years.
The reds.
But what does Leandrin want to do though? What does she want to do, guys? Remember what she wanted to do? She wanted to scissor Moiraine, even though they hate each other.
Well,
and then in that same episode, Moiraine threatens the show's Leandrin with telling somebody about the man that she's seeing in another part of the town. So they can't even write these characters. There's no continuity of this. And again, I'm going to go back to that original screenplay that we saw. I think that there are artifacts from that original story in the nonsensical shit that got released for season 1. I'm convinced.
For sure.
For
sure. So here's a question about the man in North Harbor, right? So do you think, there was a scene that was deleted that was supposed to make that make sense, and he was supposed to be some sort of a dark friend or something like that?
Yes, it's a dark friend.
That's the sinking of the ship, right? That's the theory, right? Yeah.
So the dark friends, the man in North Harbor, dark friend, and it's supposed to be a thing about her being a dark friend. Or do we just take at face value what Amazon actually decided to show the audience, which is just that the Reds are so bigoted that she would be shunned if she was straight?
I think it's all of the above. I think it's all of the above.
You can't tell people that I like dudes. That ruined my reputation.
Yeah.
There's going to be a sex scene involved, and I'm just, this is going to be horrible.
Well, we already had one faux sex scene that shouldn't have been there, but
there's an interesting question for season 2.
It's just like the old lady that jumped in the hot tub with Moiraine. It's like,
God, I'm never gonna get wood again. Why did you have to remind me of that, dude?
Jesus.
God damn it, dude. It's like that's what Elliot Page is gonna look like in 30 years.
That wasn't Elliot Page? I thought that was her. No,
did I get it right? I can never remember what the hell the name is.
Dude, oh my god! So then we got the king of the gays herself. Alana.
Oh, yeah. Who doesn't
This-
belong there? Who didn't belong in any of this?
She
Let's
shouldn't
be
even
honest.
be in the show yet. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Moraine is gonna be 2. Swan is gonna be 1.
All right, so we got 3 left.
Oh,
Think of the show. The show. We all know Matt is number 1. Sorry. All right, the show.
God.
It's gonna be Nynaeve 3,
All right,
Moraine
Nynaeve is
2,
3.
Swan 1.
All right,
Nope,
so
nope,
Salty's
nope,
already
nope, nope,
Salty's already
nope.
seen this
Nynaeve
article.
is 1.
Nope.
So
Nope.
Salty's
Yep.
already seen this article.
Yep.
Nathan,
Yep.
have you seen the article or no?
I have not, but I
All right,
think
give me
Nynaeve's
your
going to be
3.
1.
Give me your top 3. here.
Nynaeve's going to be 1. Swan will be 2, and Maureen 3.
All right, I don't know if anybody in chat. Let's get some quick predictions before I scroll down. You guys, who do you think 3, 2, 1 is?
Gosh, you guys are making me want to change my vote because I think as much as it offends, yeah, that's what they're going to do probably. But I'm still going to say I think for the girl, simply Salty, if you can bring your prop out there again for me, simply for that, it's going to have to be Moraine and Swan 1 and 2. That's the gut feeling that I have.
We are so organized here. We have props. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here, Corey.
Hey, anything I can do to add
yeah.
value. Anything I can do to add.
One thing's for sure.
We got to
The
get
top
a
3 will not include Dick.
Nope.
We got to
no
get
Dick.
They were contractually obligated to put Dick in the top 10. So if it wasn't for that, it wouldn't be in the top 10.
So Moraine 3, Swan 1, and Aquamar's sister. That's a good guess.
Actually,
David, I love it. Very good. Very good.
The ringer.
She is a girl boss. You are absolutely correct. So Tank Plague, let's see what she
Is
says.
this a list of the top
Nynaeve
3 that berated men most in the show?
Yes.
Yes. So Nynaeve 1, Swan 2, Moraine 3. Okay.
You know what I like about this? That the
Dane
plot
says he should be number 1. There you go.
If you watch the show, they go out of their way to say that Logain is super strong, and Logain's not on this list.
All right,
Yep.
here we go.
Yep.
Here we go. So we got number 3 is Swan.
Oh man, my rankings
she
already
has
looking bad.
She has the dildo of power. She has the
does.
dildo of
She
power.
makes you
Remember
swear-
the rod?
You have to swear to it,
No.
right?
Yeah.
Wait,
you have
Salty,
to
I thought we hadn't had.
kneel
hadn't
before
had
your
Kalimdor spoiled
mother. Remember, kneel
Oh,
before your mother. That was the
Right.
actual language in a mostly
Yes.
peaceful plea.
But
protest.
then when they met up, Maureen told her to get on her knees. So Maureen has the upper hand last.
No, I think there was scissoring this way, and I think there was scissoring that way, and then I think there was scissoring that way too. I mean, and
I mean, it's like
Well, everyone
two
said that it
plungers
was a
meeting.
dream shard, so it could have been sort of inverted.
Oh my
inverted
god.
scissoring. Okay.
So let's see. So
It's the meeting of two plungers.
So we got 2 left. We got a lot. Cody Sparks says Moraine. OBG thinks Moraine is number 1. All right, so let's go for it. Here we go. Number 2.
Oh man, it's gonna be 90 in the top. Son of a gun.
Number 2 is Moraine. Of course, right? Because
Man, this must really grind Rosamund Pike's gears.
And then the untrained Super Saiyan herself is number 1. The queen of Super Saiyan heel bubbles. The one woman Trolloc killing army.
Yep.
The one that can survive anything.
Yep.
Nynaeve is number 1.
Damn, if I had actually thought of this a little better. I mean, she's basically Jesus. She died and rose again in episode 8. So I really misjudged. I was considering a whole different aspect, and I forgot that Wheel of Time Jesus Nynaeve, obviously the best. That's you know what, guys, I should just leave the chat now. Clearly, I'm no sort of expert.
Egwene resurrected her, so you'd think that power would make her number 2 at least, right? But you hit on exactly what drives me crazy about this list, and I should know better because he does have the D, of course. But
he should know better because this writer is an untrained hack.
You said exactly what I was thinking. Is we talk about the whole time they haven't seen somebody as powerful as Logain in centuries.
Mhm.
Yet he doesn't even make the fucking list.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
It
Neither
was a
does
whole. They had a
Steppen, who-
specific line of dialogue.
Wow.
They had a specific
And
line
he-
of dialogue saying, "Is she as strong as Logain?" And they're like, "I don't know. He's so strong."
Well, and Steppen can break, weaves with his axes, so he needs to be somewhere on this list because he's got special axes that can actually, do stuff to weaves, which I didn't know that was possible. But
Yeah.
I like that Perrin, who does literally nothing this entire show, makes the list, and Land doesn't.
and neither does Logain.
I know.
Parents
like, if
out
you're-
there, no Logain.
If you're gonna include people that don't have any power, having Perrin on there with season 1 literally nothing going on with him, and not having Land.
Dude, Dane,
I'm
It's those
disappointed that
sensitive
the barmaid
nipples.
with the nose ring wasn't on the list.
Thank you. She
Right.
was the most powerful comic relief for those of you who watched
I mean,
Zach Seven's original not Monty Python, Benny Hill skit with her
Yeah.
running with the sword.
He did one too.
Yep.
I thought that
Oh,
I had
yeah.
an original creation.
yeah,
Now
they
I
did
feel-
one on
now I
White
feel
Clips, too.
Now I feel bad.
oh.
Yeah.
But it's just as funny. There was nothing funnier than watching her run with a sword. I'm like, there is no retard in the world with a sword that would run like that.
Oh wait,
But
we haven't seen the
Amazon
Rings of
did it.
Powers yet.
Oh god. So let's.
Mm.
So I'm gonna try. So Dane, this is I guess it's Dane quiz portion of the evening. So we got list the challengers stronger than Logain. So let's see. We got Rand, of course.
Rand.
Yes.
Yep.
What I'm
Ravin.
thinking.
Ravine, who is as strong as Rand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ishamael, also as strong.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
actually a half tier below Rand and Ravine. I think the two of them were actually the top.
What about
And then
Tame?
after
Isn't
that,
Tame
you
pretty
have
close?
Demandred
Well,
slash
Demandred's weaker than him. I'm pretty sure.
potentially Taim. Dane's going to go on a list about them being the same person, except when they're not.
That's he. Are we talking about males or both?
Well, none of the women make the list. Logain is high enough in the male ranking for powers that there's no women who are stronger than Logain.
Is it
Okay, fair.
I mean, if you were to list the women in there, the only
Even
two,
Lanfear. Lanfear is like tier 5 for men.
So go ahead, Nathan.
Right, but where would Nynaeve and Egwene in the books end up in comparison
and
with
as David says,
Lanfear?
Olivia is really powerful as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they'd be just below, I would think, right? I mean, stronger than most men, but not the top tier.
So Egwene and Egwene and Nynaeve are really different tiers, right?
Right.
Nynaeve is I think a little bit lower than like the weakest male Forsaken. I think Lanfear is as strong or just a half step below some of the weakest male Forsaken. I think that even like Asmodean was actually stronger. Dane can tell us in the comments. I haven't listened to this in a while.
Stronger than Nynaeve?
Yeah.
I don't.
I'm pretty sure that my
I don't
recollection
remember
is
it
that
that
all
way,
of the
but-
male Forsaken are
No.
stronger than even Lanfear. And Lanfear is only topped by one woman, which is Olivia.
Ooh, topping.
Now Dane just said Nynaeve's a 10. Now, is he talking about what he thinks of her as smoking hot, or in the
Only
show,
in the
or
books.
is he
Dane
talking
would
about
never
her
say that
magic
in the
level?
show. Dane definitely not saying a 10 in the show. Dane in the comments, tell us Nynaeve in the show so we can get canceled before the night gets too late.
10th tier on the braid tug.
Oh, wait, important question. What about Egwene's mole? Where does Egwene's mole rate as far
it
as
can
power?
shoot balefire right now, can it?
Okay.
Right.
Just making sure.
Her mole on its own can cut Rand off from the power.
Oh my!
It's got to
It
be.
can definitely kill
It's a full circle of 13.
That's right.
So Trip says don't go there. Aldan says go there. We're terrible, so we're going there. Since we have so she's going to have a mole sister in season 2. Avienda has a perfectly placed mole right on her, the opposite side of it. So are they going to combine their? I'm sorry, I can't do. I'm a terrible person.
Oh wait, are you saying that there's going to be mole scissoring going on? Is that what we got? Some hot mole on mole action?
Since we all know that Egwene is the main character, and eventually she will be a dragon. you
So
know,
do
They're gonna
we
link
want
through
an
the mold.
answer? Do we want an answer to this question, or do we not want an answer? Because
What?
I got the
Power?
companion rankings. I
Yes,
got the
yes, yes.
companion rankings, which admittedly there's some questions about how accurate the companions are. I mean, I think that
Ooh,
it's
hold on.
mostly accurate.
Real
but-
quick, Cody Sparks asks, I need maybe I should put a poll up for this one. Egwene's Mole versus Innkeeper Nose Ring. Who wins? Go.
Nose ring every
Salty
time.
says Nose Ring. Nathan, what do you
Yep.
think?
For pure
I don't know.
cringe, all you know.
It could, because it could pierce the mole. So I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'm saying.
That's a good argument.
So here, let me
Yeah.
put up. You guys talk a little bit. I'll put a poll up. So, Egwene. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So if
So
you
go
guys
ahead. What's
actually,
the power?
yeah, if you want
Power
the actual
rankings.
power levels here, so this is from the companions sort of like listings, and where it has Lanfear, Olivia, and Semiraj are the strongest female channelers that are existent, right? And they're comparable in power levels. You know, where they actually fall out, I think depends on how accurate the companion versus the books, versus a couple lines in the books here or there, right? And that in the male ranking, them as the highest women would actually be a tier 7 for men, whereas Belal is a tier 4, and every other male Forsaken, to include Rand, Moradin, and Raven, those are all tier 1s.
Her name was
So-
Dana, right?
So
The Innkeeper?
all
Yes.
male Forsaken are stronger by 3 tiers than Lanfear, Olivia, and Semiraj. And Bilal is the weakest of the male Forsaken at that 3 tier spot. Asmodean, Taim is, and then Bethamel, Arangar are tier 3. Agenor, Demandred, Samael, Logain, and also possibly Tame. Tame's power level fluctuates a little bit based on the thing, is between tier 2 and 3. And then Rand, Moradin, and Raven are tier 1. So if you trust the companion, I think that's what it lays out. Which I think my memory was mostly accurate. You guys in the comments can tell me if I said something different 5 minutes ago, but I think I was about there.
Sure. I'll just say sure. You
Mhm.
lost me after a little bit, but I hung in there. No, I mean, I'm not trying to be like derogatory. It's just, you know, I like conversations like that, and I can understand why we need to have these conversations. I don't entirely agree with that, but I agree with, I'd say 80% of it. You know, and that's okay. And at the end of the day, who cares what I think? That's why this fandom is awesome, right? I mean, we can all, you know, it's 80-20. You know, we like to argue, we like to be passionate about that other 20%.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, I
Polls
totally
up,
agree
by
with
the
you.
way. Polls up. Sorry.
I actually totally agree with you. I think that the like weirdly specific gradation that the companion strives for, I think is unnecessary to the books and the fandom. But I think that list matches with what I knew for a long time as just a reader of that, like, yeah, all of the male Forsaken were about the strongest that men could be, and that men were generally stronger than women. That Lanfear was about as strong as a woman can be, but just like in powerlifting, right? Like there are women who can lift more than I can, but I can lift more than most women. And
Right.
if you were to
and-
pick the strongest men are going to outlift the strongest women every time. It's not a competition.
Yeah.
And Robert Jordan created the one power to follow those same rules.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Corey. What were we gonna say?
I was going to say, except if you're trans women, which I'm waiting for in season 2. I'm not even being funny. I mean, that's what we're going to get.
It is
We're
going to
going to
happen.
get. It's going to happen.
Yeah, somewhere.
And you know, there's
another
nothing
poll.
against. There's nothing
Most likely.
against. I'm not going to have this conversation to deny that I'm not a bigot and a misogynist. I'm not doing that shit anymore. This is a fantasy story, very specifically written down, and for the millionth time, Robert Jordan, when he had the depictions of this done for a comic book and a graphic novel by Chuck Dixon, very specifically said what these characters looked like.
Yes.
In the time this book was written, has in all of the other 100,000 years of our species on this planet, there were 2 fucking genders. So suck it up. You know, it is what it is. I'm not playing this game. You can just go F yourself with a chainsaw, because I'm not playing this game anymore.
Let's get some
Seriously.
chainsaws. I'm with you, buddy. Yeah, so polls up if anybody wants to vote. I added another one in there, but you know, one of the things that, because I want to talk about some good stuff because we all love the book. So I'm sort of interested to I guess find out. Like, I don't know how. I think you're reading the book. You're reading The Great Hunt right now. Yeah, Nathan. Did you say you were?
I am working my way through Eye of the World right now because I'm
Good.
doing something for my channel for that.
Okay, sweet. I'm looking forward to that. Awesome. Cool. Because I'm just sort of curious if you guys have any scenes from The Great Hunt that sort of stick with you, and so I guess favorite scenes from The Great Hunt, and do you think it's either going to be possible for them to put it in the show if they wanted to, which we all know they don't, or do you think the things they've done in season 1 make it impossible, sort of like the Portal Stones and Loyal's whole character arc are now impossible? Pips, I see you hobbling around. So go ahead, start with you. I got to step out and get my notes real quick.
I was going to suggest an interesting way we could do this. Just
Okay.
pitch to you. You can say if you want to. We can go around. You can call on us each, and we can say, hey, this is a favorite scene, and we're not allowed to say a scene that somebody else has already said.
Okay.
And we just kind of keep going around to a number that you give, and we say this scene,
is complicated.
And then can it or can it not be in season 2?
Well, okay.
Why do I have the feeling this is going to be like we're going to then play spin the bottle, so I got to kiss some dude? I'm not doing that shit. I'm just going to say what I like.
Salty, you're just picking up the vibe I'm laying down for you. I think you're sexy.
Yeah, and I'm setting it right back down and backing out of the room. Yeah.
Hey, I heard you do your gay voice the other day. Don't tell me. Me and Elliot Page. Yeah.
Oh my God, what is happening? Well, go ahead. We'll start with you anyways. Give me a favorite scene. I gotta get a notepad. I forgot it. So give us your favorite scene. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Who are you talking to?
Pips.
You.
I said Pips. Go first. You were bouncing around. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm going first, and I'm going to say the only scene that they actually can do. Flicker, flicker. I've won again, Luce Theron. Credits.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good scene. Nathan, you go. You're the handsomest man here this evening. Come on.
Oh, well, that's just because of the beard.
I know. Right?
See. And we're talking about The Great Hunt, the scene that I would like to see that I don't know that they'll do just because it's cool.
Yeah.
Is Podden Fane and what he does to the Murdral.
Yeah,
dude, that would be badass.
Yes.
What did you say, Pips? I missed the whole thing. Real quick. What did you say, Pips?
I was just saying the flicker, 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 and that's the only scene of all my favorites that they actually could do based on the setup from season 1.
How could they do it?
Ending the show when it gets canceled.
Okay.
Flicker, 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 black. I've won again, Luce Theron. That's how it goes.
What about you, Salty? You got a favorite scene?
I got a couple. I mean, I really like when Rand runs back into Tom Merrill and with his crazy younger girlfriend. I loved that whole part of the book.
Yes.
But come on, I gotta go for like the coup de grace with Matt when he blows the horn. And we get the heroes, man. We get Archer Hawkwing and Brigitte, and we get just it's just like it is so satisfying. It's just what a payoff. What a payoff.
I was gonna ask. So that brings actually I'm so glad you said that because the Tom and Rand stuff is fantastic. But my big question is
top tier.
And they can possibly do that because they got to get. Tom's probably dead, but
Tom's a non-character. Like, what would that? What would the payoff even be?
Why would the Rand in this TV show give a shit to run into the guy who ripped him off? I mean,
right.
If we ever see Tom again,
no, never.
So I'm gonna segue off the horn because the horn scene. Oh my God! Like it's like Rohan coming to frickin' Gondor tier could be
all
right.
Is lost.
Oh my God! Right?
Is lost.
So my question, just to go along with this, is so I'm going to ask all three of you, just go one at a time. Don't jump all over each other. Is Matt going to sound the horn?
No.
Nope.
It'll be Nynaeve. Watch. Why not? Nynaeve has to do everything.
Is Matt going to sound so we got 2 no's, chat. So come on in here. Easton, hey.
Okay.
I'm going to see you in 2 days, buddy. I'm
Easton!
excited.
Easton, we love you.
I get to see you in a few days. I can't wait for you to get home. Sorry, go ahead, Pips. You're taking a long time. I'm going to skip you in a minute. Let's go.
Like, so here's the thing I struggle with, right? Is that I get
Get
that
into that trip.
they're blaming the whole Matt's terrible story on the fact that he was a terrible bad anti-vaxxer and they couldn't continue him with the show or whatever it is, right? Got it.
Matt was an anti-vaxxer.
I don't know. That's one of the.
That's why he got cut from the show.
The Kuflin, the Ramland.
You mean
no, I'm being
he
stupid.
exercised his First Amendment rights, and I think Fifth Amendment rights, and you mean he wanted it to be his body, his choice?
He was unwilling to let the government quarter vaccine soldiers in his body.
Yeah. I'm making a funny about never mind. Fuck this timeline.
Dude.
So my question is,
like, how those lights coming? Sorry. Go ahead, Pips. I don't
think that they intentionally set out to ruin Matt's character as much as they did.
I do.
And I question like Rajnor has said he's stated that he knows that Matt's like one of the most popular characters of the entire series. And I just don't think that he has the balls to like take the horn sounder away from the character of Matt.
I do.
He doesn't give a shit about Rand. Rand is just some fucking regular white dude, right?
Just think about it though. We got no Eye of the World. Like this is the most important. Like no Eye of the World, no Sedin, no Dragon Banner. No Dragon Banner. Dragon Banner is extremely fucking important. Rand doesn't get that. And then they take his coup de grace of him saving everybody. So I for one don't think that Matt is going to sound the horde. I think it might be Perrin.
I guess I'll put it this way: is that I don't think that the Matt we have right now. No, he's not going to sound the horn. I guess I was just trying to think through that. I think when they were crafting season 1 before he left the show, I think that they probably still intended to give Matt the horn. But I think at this point they've ruined Matt's character too much because of their decisions and how to deal with him exiting the show, that there's no way that he can be the horn sounder now. So I'm conflicted about it.
Yasuka is going to blow the horn.
What have they done with the boys? What have they done with the boys? What have they done with the young male archetypes that have a very important journey to go from being immature young men with immature young men, different issues. And all three of these boys have different issues. Matt is impetuous. He's very rebellious, doesn't always think. It turns into being a strength for him as a man. His particular brand of toxic masculinity plays very well with someone who actually has the background story that we find out about him in the later books regarding military tactics and things and luck, right? Then look at Rand. Rand has the arc to become the dragon. He has to overcome just being a sheep herder's son, where he came from, a whole lot of things. Then you have Perrin, who was always very quiet, very reserved, didn't want to hurt anybody. And then he has to embrace the fact that he has to take this ferocity and be mature about it. What did I miss?
I'm laughing. Easton, man, what am I doing to my son? In the first few episodes of Wheel of Time, it was COT/Cry of Time, not Wheel of Time, WOT Wheel of Time. Like, where is this coming?
Dude, you asked that question. He's your son. Have you listened to yourself on a live stream?
Yeah,
I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. I'll tell you that.
Know he was absorbing all that, man. Oh my God. So we think Pip says a maybe, and the rest of us think no. So I think that's, or is the horn even going to be sounded? I guess that's another possibility that they don't even sound the horn, right?
Depends on it. I guess that depends on how or if they introduce the lore behind the horn.
Yeah,
and
that's true. Yeah.
So there was a set picture that showed what I think the consensus was that it was Brigida. There's a set picture that showed her.
Who's trans?
Season 2, and it was a woman with like long, kind of baggy pants and a long yellow braid, and it looked like she maybe had a bow. It was kind of like from a distance.
What if they have?
Like Brigida?
What if they have men sound the horn?
Because men are either stupid or evil. Women are virtuous.
Men. What if they have men sound the horn?
Min Farshaw.
Why not?
Why not?
So Farshaw is the dumbest last name for the character that they cast as men, by the way.
So we already talked.
The Wheel of Crime has Min Lee.
Yeah. Oh Jesus, man! Now we're bigots and racists. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate you.
Anytime. Anytime.
So we already talked about Egwene being collared. No way in hell, right?
What if
Or ball
men-
gagged for the
what
goob.
if they what if they turn this on its head and it's Rand who has to be tortured?
Fuck.
And then Nynaeve and Egwene take up the storyline for Rand.
Oh,
If they ball gag Egwene,
Wow.
who's going to give dialogue for 8 episodes?
I don't know. I'm sure there's some annoying empowered female they can let do that. So yeah.
You know what though, Corey? Like I don't know. You could you might have nailed that,
Dude,
That's
how
just
many times have I
right
said
there.
things that are batshit crazy
that?
and are pretty close?
But you
know?
said that, and it's like it popped in that they could freaking do that, and
just think of the darkest, craziest, deconstructionalist, piss off the fandom thing they're going to do, and you're close.
And give it cocaine.
Oh my god!
Yes, thank you. Ethan.
The male version of an IDOM is going to be anal beads.
Oh god!
Sure.
Why not?
Sure.
So Trip said it here somewhere, but I was gonna say, so is Rand going to officially become a Blade Master by fighting High Lord Turok?
No. Rand,
Zero
Rand
chance.
Can't do that.
Zero fucking chance.
How would that even happen? Because he hasn't been trained this whole time by shit. I'm blanking.
The 2 times he's
Lan.
drawn this
By
board,
Lan. Yeah, he's
the 2
dad.
times he's drawn it.
Hold on, let Corey finish. Go ahead, Corey. What are you saying?
I was gonna say, I mean, he didn't really know how to use the sword with his dad. They didn't allow him to protect his father. They didn't allow him the honor of protecting his father overnight, carrying him through the woods. They didn't have him be trained by Rand. They didn't have him be mentored by Tom. The Rand has no character. So how in the second season is he going to be able to pick up a sword and do anything with it? They gave him a bow. Remember that from season 1? He's sitting there screwing around playing Robin Hood over there. And it's like, okay, we can do that. But they're diminishing his masculinity because somebody probably said, you can't have him hold a sword because it's phallic and it represents the patriarchy. That's exactly what they sounded like when they said it too.
Came out.
And do you recall?
Hold on,
it could be trans. It could be trans.
Let Nate go. Go.
But Corey, do you recall the last lesson that Lan gave him before they left to go pursue the horn and the dagger? You remember the last technique that he taught him?
Oh,
does it have to do with this?
Yes,
comment?
dude, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Sheathing
I don't remember
the sword.
It. Yep. Sheathing the sword.
So
it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen, because I remember that was like the last thing, because that was the thing that's the last move you want to do, and it's really important. But that is the ultimate embodiment of positive male self-sacrifice.
This has to be. Wait, okay. So is it Ryan? Are you typing? If they don't sound the horn, I bet it will be because something tragic will happen or something. This cannot be that has to be Ryan. I'm not. You're trolling me, Ryan. Good job. Ryan is my older son. He's read part of.
Hey, Ryan.
It's got to be Ryan. Sorry. So so I mean, and just because we're talking about the sheathing sword thing, I mean, so they he didn't teach him to sheath how that technique, right?
No, but Perrin will. Perrin will teach Rand how to sheath the sword.
Yeah.
Actually, sheathing the sword is what Lan did to Nynaeve in episode 7.
Boom.
Bum.
Got it.
Ba-dum,
Hell yeah.
bum.
Several times that night too. Yep. From what no. So and Padden Fane's dagger is completely depowered. So no wounds for Rand. So how's he gonna how his twin wounds are giving him problems the whole time?
And no 2 herons to mark him.
Yeah, he hasn't been branded yet.
Well, the sword, the herons.
The hair, yeah, they're not even on the. You can't even. They're not. Oh my god. Yeah.
When they go to the waist, he's going to be sort of named the Kara Karn because he has like a sort of funny hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Boogies coming out of your nose.
It's gonna be no sweet dragon tattoos. Nope.
Yeah. Oh god, like the costume designing and all that. We've talked about it over and over again. Terrible, but
what if they give one of the girls?
Oh no!
What if one of the girls? What if Rand only gets one dragon tattoo, and a girl gets a dragon?
Both.
Oh,
The
I
girl
love
with the
you, Vic
dragon tattoo.
Rattlehead. I will always
That
have
is
a
fucking
kind
hilarious.
word. I will always have a kind word for Vic Rattlehead. The very first super chat I ever got was from Vic Rattlehead when I
Awesome.
got monetized, and it was, I think, 100 rupees. It was just really nice. So it's always great to see Vic.
Dude, I don't know why, but this comment, Vic Rattlehead,
Spot on.
sheathing the sword in the show, ran less Balsamon, mount him consensually.
Balsamon.
Balsamon, exactly.
Damn,
Emphasis on
Balsamon.
balls. He goes
Deepamon.
balls deep into Rand's asshole.
Holy shit, dude! Oh my god!
I was
Dude,
Wait a
told I was
minute.
it's
canceling
over
your
an hour.
stream. What are
Guys,
you doing?
guys, like if
Oh my
that's too far, like come on. Like,
is
have
too
you guys
far.
have you guys been in this stream?
That's what
Come on.
Rand said. It is too far.
Oh. You remember when
Come on,
guys,
guys.
this is how guys have always talked. For those of you who are shocked in the
Right.
chat or watching it in the replay, this is
Locker
always how
room
we
talk.
talked. This is how we talked when I was 11 years old.
This is fun. Come on. I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. It's
And
what,
women do this stuff too. Women
know there
talk
was-
this way too.
you know there were my
Mhm.
son has heard worse, Dane. Stop it. Come on.
My wife,
You
when
know,
she
you-
gets together with her friends, has the most disgusting conversations.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I have
it's
to
like-
leave. I'm just
You know what's crazy? Like, I wonder how much of this stuff that we're just sitting here joking around, like sitting in the writer's room going,
That's what they
you
were
might
doing.
have something. You may have something there. I think maybe Balsamon is sexually. That's why he's so mad at it. He keeps rejecting him.
See, I think it's the other way around. I think they already have all the talking points. I think they were already told what the show needs to be. It needs to deconstruct toxic masculinity. And as Rafe Judkins has repeatedly said, if you don't like what I'm doing, I'm going to make everybody in this show gay.
Everybody gay.
So I think the reason why he said that is it wasn't a threat. It's because he was already going to do it anyway.
Mhm.
You know? And now here we are.
All right, here
Because it follows the same. It follows the same talking points that what you saw with Kenobi. You had the article being released where the lady who played Reva said, "Well,
Mhm.
I've been trained on how to deal with all the racist stuff, so they're all racist."
Mm-hmm.
What? Excuse me? You know,
Yeah.
go
Can we
fuck
get
yourself.
So
Can we
hold
get
on.
a status update on that boat? That thing is coming together nicely.
Yeah,
Just don't worry your pretty little head.
Let's look. I see wires going over. So the thad that shouldn't be. Thank you for always being here, man. Matt,
Hey, Matt.
we got to get the Matt Dane fact off. I
we
want to
do.
be there for that. I really do.
It'll be like a rap battle.
So
Matt.
so Matt, I'll ref it. Yeah, we'll all be here refing and go. Oh! So
8 Mile for
Matt,
nerds.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Dun 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 dun
Yeah,
dun
we'll just
dun
get
dun,
the
dun.
yeah. It'll be like clown music in the back though, or something.
Oh Jesus!
Next on so we got some fan writing here for fan fiction. Next on Wheel of Prime, Perrin uses his master of the fires of the forge to hammer a sword pulsing with the power and potency in a sheath tempered by Rand's gentle but fervent attentions.
My God! Somebody should, whatever you're doing for a career, Matt, go write for Hallmark. I mean, like, you could write the best gay Valentine cards ever. Just gonna say that.
Pulsing. Well,
I
Pulsing.
think he just wrote the
Throbbing.
next 50 Shades.
there we go.
50 Shades of
Throbbing.
Wheel.
There's
Tramps.
pulsing, throbbing, and sheathing. There you go.
Bye, Easton or Ryan or whoever you are. Sorry. Tramp stamp dragon tattoos. That's a high possibility as well.
Yeah.
So
when are we
all
gonna
on men.
get when are we gonna get body positivity Aes Sedai? I want Lizzo to do a guest.
Well, didn't we already get that? Isn't that what that body? I guess that would be human. Yeah, I mean, well, we got boy Aes Sedai, right? Body positivity's next.
Well, it's funny. Wheel of Time season 2 does not have Lizzo money.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So, oh god. So, man, I am body positive. Which Aes Sedai are they gonna do? Yasmin. There we go. Yasmin's the answer for everything.
Who was the one that was with Alana? You remember in the books, we first meet Alana, if I'm remembered correctly, when it is in Emmons Field. when they're under attack.
Baron's
Yes.
with her, isn't she? Yeah.
But Perrin found her in another Aes Sedai that was semi-adversarial, I thought. Besides, there was Alana and somebody else. And I forget what the name is, you guys.
It's not Varen?
Oh, it is Varen. I didn't hear you. Yeah.
there were only two in Emmons Field. It was Alana and Varen. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I just couldn't remember the second one. Yeah. So, yeah.
Varen, one of the greatest characters in the book.
She is. Yeah. Like, good Lord, man. Like,
body positivity. There's your body positivity candidate.
Go ahead.
One of the most complex characters in the series, freaking beautifully written.
In reading it, I've read it several times, but the second read through, knowing, like, I'll try, like, anybody that's read it knows Varen, you know what happens with Varen. Reading it a second time through and seeing some of the things she's doing that confirm that was the plan from the start to make her, well, spoilers, you know, Varen's Black Aja, right? I mean, and you could see it from the Great Hunt.
Yep, you could.
So that was the plan from the beginning. So it's like all the, you know, and we all know Man of Manetheren was supposed to be Demandred, but you know, whatever, we won't go there. But so you know, he had planned that from the beginning, and it's like you get all these people going, no, we didn't. But that actually, obviously, he had a structure for certain things that he wanted done, right? And it's just, I find it amazing on us, and each read through, just you pay attention to the things Varen is doing, and it's quite obvious that she's a dark friend in Black Aja, right? So
agreed.
So talking about dark friends, Ingtar. What are they going to do with Ingtar, if anything? They're going to do anything with Ingtar.
That was going to be my next favorite moment when we were going around. The Ingtar died clean, and he's going to be Sir not appearing in this film is what they're going to do.
Well, they cast him, so but like, is he going to have a bit part and just to be like, oh, Ingtar's in the show and we're going to kill him? Like, is he going to be one of the? Is he going to be one of the guys they off because they have too many characters, or is he actually going to get his redemption and go from dark friend to back to the light?
It's going to be Nynaeve standing here, and Ingtar kind of back here.
Behind your door, staring it through the window.
Yes,
pegging. It's gonna be pegging.
So no. So you think Ingtar is just gonna be a soldier?
It's gonna be like so they had Uno in season 1, and it was like, I guess this dude is the only character that like sort of does in-world swearing. And like that was the Uno that we saw, like a guy who said, "You great flamin' bastard," which is like they couldn't even get the swearing right.
Yeah,
that's gonna be Ingtar. He's gonna be there. There's gonna be a throwaway line. You're gonna know it's Ingtar, and then you're never gonna see him again.
Sounds right.
I think and that sucks. It sucks because Ingtar is so great in the Great Hunt.
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
and just you know. God, what a scene it would be, him and Rand leaving him and basically saying, dude, you're good. You know, rest, you know, I forget the exact line, but you know, rest with the mother and in the light or whatever it was. You know, the traditional
body be embraced by the mother.
Yeah, you know, right when they know they're going to die, right? Or burial, right? The burial words, right? Like what? Like, can you, man? What an emotional pay! Like, wouldn't I don't? And I get, you know, obviously they've destroyed it for a reason, but it's one of those things. It's like, man, like all the emotional payoffs and all the things that you would think a fan of the series would look forward to getting those payoffs. That it would be. It's just like the Agomar explaining, you know, in the Eye of the World, all about Malkir. And giving us an overview of why Lan is so respected in Shinar, and you know, that would be a great way to get a deeper view into Lan and his whole backstory. But no, we don't choose to do that. Now we're almost most definitely not going to get Ingtar's whole arc, and such a good payoff for everybody. And it's just
right.
Go ahead.
What won't surprise me? I agree. You won't get the arc, but you'll probably end up with some scene similar to that, but because there's no buildup of his character arc, the scene's going to mean absolutely nothing. Just like with any other thing, like the reveal of Rand as the dragon at the end had no build-up whatsoever because they took away all the scenes that revealed what it was, that it was him beforehand, and then they just revealed it at the very end of episode 7 as it's supposed to be some like Game of Thrones second to last episode surprise, but there's not going to be a payoff with it because they don't know how to build the characters.
Agreed. There hasn't been a payoff this whole episode, this whole season 1. Everything, there was a build up, but there was no tension. And I said this in a lot of my episode reviews. From my perspective, it was all just cheap throwaway drama. And it was mostly just talk about feelings in fields and in hallways and crying on shoulders. And then, oh, look, there's Trollocs. And then that's it. Like, no one cared remember when Nynaeve died? Yeah. Imagine watching this show. Why would you give a shit she died?
I don't know.
Like, why?
I wouldn't. I didn't. It's just like, oh, good. I was happy. It's like, oh yeah, she died twice. The Trolloc should have ate her, and then
Nathan is so right. Nathan, you're so right with this. They're going to continue that same inability of being able to write characters who show us why we should care about them and show us why they're heroes. They're just going to tell us why they're heroes and why.
Right, but in doing so, they'll be able to sit there, at least in their own mind, and say, "Listen, we did refer to the books with a lot of these things," and so they'll say it that they've done it, but those who have read the books, who know anything about them, even the most remote thing about them, it'll be plainly obvious to us. It's like you gave us a scene, but it meant nothing because you really didn't follow the books.
Well, they're not going to follow the books. They can't follow the books because how the hell could you follow the books in the second season when you didn't follow the books in the first season? The characters are not the same, like at all.
Mm-hmm. Real quick, so Vic Rattlehead, I guess, is that 100? Did you say rubles, Salty?
It's a rupees, 100 rupees.
100 rupees. Thank you very much for the super chat, sir. Turok Duel and Ingtar's death monologue was mainly a manly tearjerker for me, like a great power ballad. Hail Bob Jordan. They were, man. Like, I read it. I listened to it twice. The whole scene with Rand and Ingtar at the end, because it's so good and it's so emotional, and you can just feel it from the dialogue. It is just, it's a shame. It's one of those things that there's a few things on one hand. Well, there's a few things that I think of immediately that I want to see. That was one of them. I got the beginning, Rand yanking Tam through the forest. We didn't get that. Ingtar's whole arc I wanted to see really bad. Matt versus the brothers, not going to get any of them, right? And it's really bad because it's really sad because that could have been made some great television, right? And,
but there's something conspicuous about everything you're saying, though, and Steve, what it is. It's the boys. They're men.
Yeah,
we cannot have anything like.
So they're gonna. Do you think
the brothers was book 3?
3,
right?
Dragon Reborn. Yeah.
All right.
Cool. Just making sure.
Yeah. No, that's book 3. But
I make a shameless plug.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So a shameless plug. Anybody who was ever a member of the White Cloak subreddit or who watches our channel, I just want to say Ingtar's death monologue that we just got the call out for. Yep, manly tearjerker. Also, to my knowledge, Dane, you can tell me in the comments if I'm wrong. The first time that we ever get the line, "No man can walk so long in the shadow that he cannot again come to the light," is from Ingtar right before he dies. He's saying that's what they say. Maybe there's enough for me. So it like really, I mean.
Well, it drives.
It ties it all together. It ties it all together.
It drives the whole thing. He sees all his lives in the portal stone. And that's why after the portal stone, he is so freaking freaked out, and it has to get the horn because it's the only thing that will redeem him.
Yeah.
And then there's so many awesome lines that are thrown in these books, and we're not getting any of them. And Corey, you're right. It makes me wonder: are they going to try and do that with a female character? They're going to have. Probably which one? Who knows? Maybe they'll make up one and put her in there, right?
They'll make up one, just like they did that Aes Sedai. Remember, we're getting that made up Aes Sedai.
Yep.
What did they say? Another Ta'veren, because and we're not going to go. Everybody knows the story of that. This was a character that Egwene talks about or heard a story about that Robert Jordan gave an actual fan of the books character or an actual fan of the books, an actual person I thought named that character in a historical reference after a fan.
Yeah.
But good old Rafie. Good old Rafie needed to make it into another.
Needed more females because we have too many already, but we have to inject more female characters instead of using all the wonderful characters we have. The thad that shouldn't be for $5. Thank you, sir. There are almost 4.5 million words in the Wheel of Time. If you randomly refer to them in random order, you still can't justify anything they did in this show. Well, I mean, I think, but I think Corey is, and we all know why they've done it. Corey, it's all agenda.
Won't keep him from trying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, and you guys remember this, like Marvel Phase 4 was trash writing, right? And it was all women all the time. And maybe this is wrong, but Marvel Phase 5 is going to be all trans all the time. Yeah. So would it be a great coincidence? Just must be a coincidence, guys, that the next season of The Wheel of Time coming out in 2023 is going to have all of that same agenda as the Disney Marvel movies. It's got to be a coincidence. It's got to be it can't be anything other than that, right?
No, of course not, right? Trip says, now that both Nynaeve and Egwene can basically heal death, at least near death. No death. We can block.
That bitch was dead.
Like,
that bitch was dead.
Out.
She was
dead. Burning out.
She was burning out and death.
Yeah. How can they ramp up their power levels from there? Why don't they just teleport to the boar and end it all now? Yeah, I mean,
it's the power of scissoring. The power of scissoring compels you. The power of scissoring.
Put some eyeballs on that. Some googly eyes on the scissors.
And since they're combining books 2 and 3. Another scene you're not going to get is when Rand tries to revive the girl.
Oh,
yes.
You won't get that.
Or you're going to see Rand try and fail after having seen Egwene succeed.
Yes, you're right.
That's
right.
Yeah.
Well, he does. So wait, he does fail. So do you think he's gonna still turn somebody into a zombie and it's gonna be like, you did it wrong, or he's just not gonna revive?
Egwene's gonna look at him and be like, "Oh, you simple bitch."
Hold my shit. I'll fix this.
Yeah, hold my feminine product.
Your whole calendar. I pulled it out of the freaking. Yeah, I grabbed it from the. Hold this for me. I got that for you too.
There was this Belial guy over there. I got rid of him. Yeah. This is supposed to be important. I don't know.
How much do you want to bet that they're gonna? Go ahead, Nathan.
Go.
I'm just saying they need to rename the show the Wheel of Time of the Month.
Yeah, I agree. But where I was going to go with that is, what if instead of Rand, and bear with me, and you know where I'm going with this, it's not Rand that pulls Calendar. It's Avendia.
Oh my God! Don't say that. What?
Think about it. Think about it. Just think about it. That's all.
At Falme.
She traveled across like 15 major rivers and made it all the way to the other side.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, but think about it. Like it makes tragic sense. I don't want any of this to be right. I don't want to be right. I want a good show that I actually really love, like Stranger Things. That's all I want.
At Falme, that is like pulled Calendar out of the building since.
Well, actually, Falme. No. Here's what it's going to be. She's going to be looking for him, because that's the prophecy over there in the Threefold Lands.
She's just going to
she's going to make a pit stop at the stone, grab the sword, and deliver it to him at Falme.
I was looking for you at the Stone of Tyr. I saw this shiny little crystal thing. I grabbed it, put it in my backpack, and I don't like swords, but this was pretty.
But think about it.
Give it to
think
him
about
a Christmas
it,
bag.
Think about it. Is it book 5? Is it book 5 or 6 where she does give him a sword?
Yeah. So instead of Layman's sword,
Calendar. Give him Calendar. Oh my God!
And they're gonna smack you in the face and tell you bigot. It was in the books.
That's right. It was in the books. See, dude. I've been thinking about this for a while.
Salty and I are writing the script.
Dude, no, we're not. What we're doing is
broken.
It's so. These guys are so predictable now. They're just.
But then he has to give her back part of it so that she has toe.
So
Yeah, maybe, or maybe she can wield it after he gets. They're gonna play whatever game. It's just
gonna have a
whatever
strap-on
trash.
attachment.
Yeah, whatever trash thing there is, they're gonna do it. Whatever
Jesus
lazy
Christ.
trash thing.
Max says it was book,
Jeez.
book 5, so we may have a seat.
Thank you.
It doesn't
I
matter.
wasn't sure if it was early in 6 or
Dude,
5.
she's just gonna have Kalendor.
Yeah, it was
She's just
fire
gonna
today.
have it.
Yeah, and she's gonna give it to him. But here's the other thing. Remember that scene where they're
It's
running
actually a
away and
strap-on.
she
She's gonna give it to him.
inadvertently triggers the portal and then they have sex? Are we ever gonna get that? We're never gonna get
Absolutely
that
not.
scene. I'm never gonna
Absolutely
get
not.
that scene.
Unless she
Next
has a
That was
strap-on.
hot. That was hot. That was hot.
Next
That was
on
hot.
Wheel of Prime, Nynaeve and Egwene engage in a scissor weave to penetrate deeply and climatically into the board, causing the Dark One to release a surge of power with rapid shouts of defiance.
Scissoring. It's the power of scissoring. There it is.
Got to get some googly
Hold on.
eyes on there, man.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm gonna run right out tomorrow and get googly eyes. Yeah, you're surely.
Prophet, if your thumbnail for this video, if your thumbnail for this video isn't a pair of scissors with googly eyes, you got just.
I
nothing.
got so much.
Just
I have
nothing.
so much.
You're a Ken doll down there if you don't make
I have
scissors with googly
so
eyes.
many things. I have so many things to fix. PC laptops, Mac laptops, like rewire. I got tube amp stuff for tube amps, but I don't have googly eyes. So you know what? You just got to deal with it, guys.
There's got to be some googly eyes around. I'd see. I gotta work it out. Oh, good Lord. That'll be. I'll just change it to the power of scissoring and just have the scissors there. Right there, you go. Or maybe I'll clip out some of these. I'll just maybe I'll clip out every time Salty does the scissoring action.
A montage.
And just have a montage of it. We'll see. Oh my!
Yeah, but do you want the highest rated and most watched view or video on your channel to be just a scissoring montage? Do you want that to go down in history?
It's fine with me. Whatever.
If there's a montage, it has to be 80s music, like "Eye of the Tiger." You know what I mean? So
there you go. He's getting creative now. I like this. I'm just captivated by the creation camera here.
I don't got googly eyes, but I will make.
There we go.
Demonic. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Here it comes. Ah!
And the fact that they're red dots does not strike me at all as ironic.
I'm working with what I got. I'm not getting up from this.
She had blood coming out of her eyes.
Yes. Yeah, that's.
Does that catch up?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. You guys are crazy. I love it.
This live stream is going to be huge.
Whatever, man. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are having fun. I hope the chat's having fun. If you're still here, it's been a good time. I'm having a ball here. So
I am too. This is fun.
So we've had some castings. What do you think? Here's an interesting question. Do you think Huron has been? Do you think we're gonna have a sniffer?
I thought they were combining him and Elias. Isn't that the theory?
Oh no!
Whose theory is that? That is a terrible theory.
I think you're right. I think
the fact that I don't think Huron has been cast and Elias has. The fact that Rand is not together with Perrin, so they're gonna have Elias.
So wait, Rand's gonna meet Elias?
So no, Rand is gonna be on his own. Huron and Rand are never gonna interact. And then Perrin is going to have Elias, which, if you remember from the Great Hunt, right? They talked about casting. So Ingtar told the Shinarans that Perrin's ability was like another sniffer, right? Yeah. And so they're just going to get rid of sniffing altogether. That's never going to be a thing, and it's just going to be Elias. And
unless they create a character named Brandon, and then he'll sniff.
Only hair.
I don't know why I didn't even think about that, but that is 100. Like I agree. Aldan said it too.
Not happening.
Well, the thing is they left the sniffer on the cutting room floor because it was the deleted scenes between Moraine and Swan.
Oh,
Did he smell evil though? Did he smell?
He smelled Starkist.
It was smelling the fresh catch of the day down there.
There you go. Here's
fish guts.
We'll go with Trips. Here's Trips' question. So where is Rand going to meet Selene? Do we think Rand is going to meet Selene, and where? Well, probably
no. Moraine is going to meet Selene and Kyrian, and the two of them are going to
scissor. Hold on.
Ooh, and that's going to create some
More
CW drama there
scissoring.
between her and the
Yeah,
tower.
scissoring.
Oh.
More
But I
scissoring.
made you take an oath on the rod.
Prophet,
yeah.
I hope
God,
you liked
what
your
is happening?
monetization while it lasted, Prophet.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah, I can check right now. We'll see if I'm still no. No, seriously. Do you think it's gonna happen? Like, do you think he's gonna be like trouncing through the woods with Celine, telling him how bad he is because he's gonna be fighting his darker side, according to what we've heard about season 2?
Sure. Why not?
We
If
think
it's
he's
stupid,
McCass,
they'll do
right?
it.
If it's stupid,
they'll
then do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were the monsters too that they ran into in the ways? I can't
Grom?
recall off the top of my head.
Grome.
Yeah, they won't. They didn't give us the Drakkar, so those are gone too.
Well, that's
Yep.
oh god.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was terrifying when they had to spend the night in that hollowed out log.
Yeah,
And that
Like-
was right after. That was very early in the Wheel of Time.
Well, and
Yeah.
there's that whole scene where like I forget what is it. It might be the Drakkar almost gets Moraine.
Moraine. Yeah. In the
It's
Great
in the
Hunt.
Great Hunt, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's with Van Dien and
Yeah,
her
asking
sister
stuff about
Adelius.
the Carathians, the prophecies of the dragon, and the Drakkar is literally like a freaking
Yep.
like that's
And
Drakkar
Lan
are
does his
such-
freaking embrace death.
God,
Such a
just,
sweet
like
scene.
they steal so many cool moments from Land too. Just like I don't know why they're allergic to sword fighting other than they're
allergic
phallic
to
symbols.
men. They're
They don't
allergic
like
to
swords.
men. They don't like men.
Yeah.
Men
Swords
cannot
are phallic.
be competent. Men
Yeah.
cannot be competent or heroic.
But it's like
As long as you realize that.
well,
They
but it's like
got mixed up.
Drakkar are such cool. Like it's such a cool idea and such a cool like. Well, that's and because Aldan, I don't want to forget this, so I mentioned that I'm writing it down. So an actual book question that might be fun to talk about. But Drakkar is such cool for Shadow Spawn, and there's so much they could do with it. Do you think they just spent their whole budget on the crappy fade, or like they just said, screw it, we don't want to deal with another special effects budget thing, or why? I mean, that Drakkar aren't men, so why no Drakkar? Just because they're untalented hacks? Is that where we're at? I just don't get it.
Rafe didn't read Wheel of Time. He read Twilight, and there
That's
are no
true.
Drakkar in Twilight.
That's true. Vic Rattlehead says, "Oh, go ahead, Nate."
Oh, no, and they blew their CG budget, so there's no way. It's CG, and a Drakkar would be way too much for them to.
Well, yeah.
Think about how much they would lose in their shill support on YouTube if they couldn't pay all those guys that money because
Well,
they had to do a Drakkar.
They spent all the whole budget going sightseeing after they did shoots because that's why they had to go to all those exotic locations, right? Because they had to get their
Oh yeah,
their Rafe had to go on
he had to
dates
do
with his
Instagram shoots with his
and-
boyfriend out in Morocco.
Exactly. So Vic
They
Rattlehead.
did work.
Hold on, wait. Vic Rattlehead and 100 rupees, right? That's what we said. Hurin was a Rand simp. Elias is a badass. Ragnar is using big brain thinking to combine them. We stray from God every day. Agreed. It's. I didn't even think about that. I don't know where you heard that, or if that was just something you guys came up with that Elias and Hurin would be merged. But I mean, I assume. I mean, I don't know. Do you think we're even going to have anybody tracking down Fane in the Horn? I don't even know.
Perrin and Elias, I think.
You think that's what it's going to be in that group, the
Yeah.
rest are just going to go to Tarvalon? Like
Mhm.
the most important artifact in history is found and stolen. We just don't give a fuck.
Oh, that's another interesting thing to think about. What do you think they're going to do when the Red Ajah get the news from Moraine that they need to go and find Matt?
And he's in Tarvalon.
Yeah, I mean, good. Mm. Yeah,
A moment of silence for Matt's dead character. Because that's the other thing. It's like so the fact, right? Exactly. Because it's like because I remember I had this stupid thought that it's like, okay, at least maybe they could cleanse Matt the rest of the way and start Matt's storyline, blah 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 blah. And then it's like, well, you forgot something. Moraine sicked the Red Ajah on Matt, so now you can't. Matt's done. Matt's just going to be running for the rest of his life from the Red Ajah. It's like, okay, way to just completely destroy Matt in 2 seconds, like with a 2-second line, right?
I like
But-
that Moraine show Moraine, also known as Moron, uh, turned the Red Aja into this sort of he-woman man-haters. In that, like, Matt doesn't even
Yes.
channel. Like, what did like? I'm gonna sick the Red Aja on him, and they're gonna do what? Like, you and your toxic masculinity. Like, what would they even give a shit about him?
Agreed.
Yeah, it's our poll. So real quick, I ended the poll here from earlier today. Where did it go? Oh, okay. So which is stronger? The choices were Egwene's hairy mole, Dana's stupid nose ring, or Swan's vagina.
Wait, you
Egwene-
didn't tell me that was an option.
well,
I would have changed my vote.
I snuck it in there, bro. So we had 24 votes. 58% say it was Egwene's hairy mole. So Egwene's hairy mole is the strongest annoying thing in the Wheel of Time on Prime, or I guess Wheel of Prime. We got another. Next on Wheel of Prime, Cadsuane leads and Aes Sedai circle scissoring. We focus
Damn it!
pulsations of the one power through Avienda as she thrust engorged
Oh
Kalendor.
no!
I'm assuming that's
Engulfed.
engorged Kalendor
Engorged,
into
yeah.
the depth of Ishmael's soul.
Oh
Jeez,
my!
that is on a roll, brother.
I hope you
Holy
guys
crap.
appreciate the ballet that I'm putting into my variety of angles of scissoring.
You're getting a lot of different angles of attack in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Like,
Dude,
you're.
we need...
Are you getting up and like standing around on different different sides of the camera? Like, you're really
No,
going after it.
I'm ambidextrous, so
Oh, that's
It shows.
it's like
It
can do
shows.
things.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
so
So
you're
here-
wrong-headed and wrong-handed, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't remember asking you a goddamn thing,
Mm.
Pips, but thanks for chiming in. Sure, let's do that.
Is Leandrin going to show up? She's a woman.
Are you a biologist, Steve?
Yes,
Okay.
today I am.
Okay. God,
No,
I
I'm
just
not.
poured
I'm not.
myself wine, and now I don't know where I put my wine. You guys,
So
I'll be
a lot.
back.
There's no Eladia. There's no Leandra. Do you think they're showing up? We got to get our woman quote up more. What do you think?
What do you guys think of the theory that they're combining those two?
That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So
No,
so
not
valid.
I've ever heard.
It's
So
gonna
wait,
happen.
I have to say that it's not the stupidest thing I've ever heard, but it's stupid because they're complete. Like Eladia is a stupid idiot, and Leandrin's a stupid idiot, so they have that in common. But Leandrin has a whole arc of Dark Friend Black Aja stuff, and Eladia has to be an idiot. So like, there, Eladia has to single-handedly break the White Tower because she's a dumb fuck. And Leandrin has to do stupid Black Aja stuff and be an idiot and be, captured by the Sean Chan and all that stuff. So it's stupid.
Wow.
That's my opinion. Nathan, what do you think? You think
Well,
that's what they're going to do?
according to how they write it, makes sense.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
so
wait. You might.
Guaranteed.
So is it going to be like Leandrian and is she going to be Black Aja who
Yes.
did the tower coup on purpose?
You know what it'll be? It'll be like the Wachowski sisters that did the Matrix.
I am
We're brothers.
Child Domon.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so she's gonna be an idiot Black Aja person who brings down the tower on purpose because it weakens them. Okay, that sounds.
I'm almost willing to put money on the notion that what they did was they stuck names on a roulette board instead of numbers, spun the wheel, and the first two balls that hit whatever characters they said we can combine these two.
There's no balls anywhere. What are you talking about?
Well, yes, this is true.
This is the male representation.
They put
tonight.
a pair
Look
of
at
waxed
this.
lips on
Balls.
there and whatever they stopped.
We have a screwdriver has entered the fray.
Yes,
The scissors and the screwdriver.
scissoring. There's scissoring and then there's screwing.
Watch out! Don't hit your ship, man. Come on. Watch out for the pirate ship.
Don't worry about me.
Vic Rattlehead again for 40 rubies. Is it was it? I keep wanting to say rubles.
It's rupees.
Rupees. The P.
Rupees. Thank you again, Vic. You are the man. Thank you so much. Can they define woman though?
Yes, that's the hero of the story.
Definition: picture of Egwene.
Yeah, and if you're going to define hero of the story being female on, according to them, it means the most evil motherfucker you can find to put on the screen.
Yes, and a Mary Sue who doesn't have to earn anything.
Oh my gosh.
And acts like a teenage boy.
Yep.
See, remember, Corey, back when we used to like say we'd turn off stream and we'd start talking like this, we'd say we should just keep it going. That's where we're at. I'm loving this.
Yeah, I haven't even had a drink yet tonight.
Screw
We
it,
should
let's
do one.
go,
We
man.
should do an after hours unmonetized, completely uncensored. We'll do it on my second channel that I'm starting.
What the hell are we doing now? You guys are censoring yourself now? How is that possible?
No, I'm just saying I haven't drank a bottle and a half of wine.
Oh, okay,
So that
okay.
I'm totally gonna let the beast out.
Oh, my bad.
I finished my bottle of mead.
Questioner says, I don't think they have a biologist on staff at Amazon. Goes against their community guidelines. Counts as hate speech. You are probably right.
They're not fond of actual Tolkien scholars either, if we're honest about it over there.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Aldan says you're on fire, sir, which I agree.
Yeah, man.
Nate, do you remember that
Rip
that
your
old
second channel.
school? Nate, do you remember that old Family Guy episode with the story writing manatees?
I do. Wait, was that Family Guy?
I don't.
Was that Family Guy or South Park? I thought that was South Park.
You're right. It was South Park. It was about Family Guy.
Yeah.
South Park made a joke about Family Guy, the story writing
yes.
manatees. So the question is, between the roulette and the balls, do you think a human is involved in the process, or is there a manatee or some other? What's putting the balls?
Who the hell knows what they
machine?
identify
It's a
as?
scissor with googly ball eyes on it. That's what.
Oh wait, you invoked. You summoned. Here we
It's
go.
summoned.
There we
That's
go.
right.
The scissor.
It's been summoned by
Scissor
the power
roar.
of vagina. I
The
compel
beast.
you. There you go.
I just
In the
like
background, you're
the
hearing,
wine glass.
Da-na, da-na.
Yep.
The wine glass
Oh,
has
yeah.
entered Salty's chat over there. It's
Yes,
there.
it has. Ooh,
How are you
scissor.
putting anything
Ooh,
together on that table? Oh my god!
You know what? I'm quite capable of multitasking.
You've
Steve.
come quite-
Are you quite capable of running this show? Like, you stay
not
on your
at
side
all.
of the street. I'll stay on mine.
I haven't. This show is running me. I'm not running shit. Bro.
Don't make
Like,
me call your 12-year-old son to take this thing over like we do when you play games.
You know what? That's actually man. You just aged up Easton quite a bit, man. Oh
I
my
don't know.
God.
I thought he was like 17. The kid is like
He might
wicked
as
smart
well
and
be,
funny.
yeah.
I know, right?
He would do it better. I wish he was here.
No, we love you, Steve. Never, ever, 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 ever. You're the best. Mostly,
Dude, man, this is fun shit, man. I don't care.
I know, right?
Mhm.
But isn't it great to talk about this? And there's no rage farming. There's no like, you know what I mean? But the thing is, this is empirically dumb. It's a dumb show. It's an insulting show, and it is not an adaptation of Robert Jordan's works. It's not. I don't know what it is, but it's not Robert Jordan at all. That's not Rand. That's not Matrim. That's not Perrin. That's not Egwene. That's Nynaeve. I don't know what it is, but it sucks.
Yeah.
Trips has a good comment though. She is right.
Which
Her
one?
last
This
comment.
one? Okay, boys,
Mhm.
you do have to admit the vagina does hold a certain power.
Oh, I'm a big fan. Big
Mhm.
fan.
I have three
Big
kids.
fan. Really.
Did-
So nothing against that, but what it is from a narrative standpoint. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I'm very, very big fan. Very big fan.
I like
Yep.
my vagina without an agenda.
Yes. Yeah, and I like my agenda. Oh no, that doesn't work. But yeah, I agree.
Well, it's like I don't know. Like there's plenty of vagina in Wheel of Time. Like why do come on? It's
Yeah, but it was 90s. It was the 90s, and that was only still widely accepted second wave feminism. And when I went to college in the early 90s, how many times am I going to tell the same stupid story? Is
don't
when
know.
third wave feminism was starting. And so all of these people who learn this, and it's like, oh my God, I have to save the world from capitalism and middle class lifestyles and, freedom of expression and differing political opinion. That's not what second wave feminism was. Second wave feminism was about equality, simple equality and parity. Guess what? That happened. So third wave feminism needed to come up with more bullshit to make up. And oh, look, I lost an eye from one of the scissoring lesbian things.
Oh my
Shit.
god! I told you, man. You got to watch your shit, bro. Don't let the
Yeah.
scissor monster kill your.
I mean,
your
I've heard of
person.
dropping a ball, but not while you're scissoring, but scissoring. All right, there we go. I don't have a point. It's just the thing about it is it's so obvious. And again, once you realize this is all ESG score stuff, it's meant to demoralize us. It's meant so they can call us names, then it doesn't hurt so much. And then you do things like build, make something, be in the physical world. Our entertainment is tainted poison.
Yeah. And that's the point. When you say demoralize us, that's exactly why they're trying to stop stuff like these discussions going on, because they also understand that this is kind of therapeutic for us as fans of the real deal. We got to have this vent because we're getting ourselves back in the actual stories that actually mean something rather than the vapid nonsense that they're putting up on the screen.
Well, it makes it hard. I mean, that's why a lot of us, hell, I mean, Salty was going before, but that's, why a lot of our channels are where they are. Is just sort of nobody was venting. Nobody was saying, they're just all like to this show, and none of us could stand it. So we just went for it. Right. And it's like, and then especially since for me anyways, my oldest getting into it and starting to read it has gotten me to reread it. And, it makes it almost harder when you read it again. I'm enjoying the books like in a way I haven't before, and I've read these books several times through, but I feel like I'm paying more attention. And then just each time an event comes up that I would have loved to see put on screen in some fashion, when I get to that point, I hear it, I listen to it, I get the emotional payoff or whatever it is, and then I know that I will never see it. And especially the one that hurt the most was finishing The Great Hunt and knowing that even if they do the 100 Companions, which who knows if they're going to do them, it's not going to be that Rohan that saves fucking Gondor scene. It's not going to be that shit. It's going to be some garbage. You're not going to see the air battle with Rand and Balsamon. You're not going to see, Rand fighting Balsamon in the clouds. Sheathing his, getting that staff sheathed in his side so he can get the killing blow. You're not going to see any of that. And that's all like and I'm glad I'm reading again because, I sometimes, no matter how many times you've read it, at least for me, it's still emotional. You still get that payoff. You still get chills. I got chills running all the way up from my toes when frickin' Archer Hawkwing shows up and calls frickin' Perrin the Banner Man, and frickin' Perrin grabs the frickin' a tree and puts the banner on there, and they frickin' like I can picture that scene in my head. Rand at the head, you got Perrin on one side, Matt on the other, Matt blowing the horn, Perrin with the frickin' dragon banner, and they're right into battle with all those fucking guys, and we're not gonna get any of that shit.
Nope, we're not.
Sorry, spoiler alert, Napoleon. You gotta hurry up, brother.
But do we want to get that? I mean,
well,
at this point,
we will get a form of it, I think. But you're right, Nathan. Do we want it now?
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't want it. Not from them. There's, it's just like Lord of the Rings. To be honest, when I read Lord of the Rings, I didn't need to have Peter Jackson's trilogy. Now I'm really, really glad I got it because it was a really very good adaptation.
Me too.
But the bottom line is the book still existed. That's all that's all that we need. And I'm going through Eye of the World with a fine-tooth comb, and I am enjoying the hell of it. I'm already a slow reader enough as it is, but boy, I'm going at a real snail's pace, just soaking it in. And
that's what I'm doing on my reread too, Nathan. Same thing as I'm taking my time with this. I'm in no hurry to get through it. I'm trying to find things. Now I'm in book 7, and it's like, okay, I'm going to skip around through a couple things, but it was so great to restart the Eye of the World and to pay attention to things, and one thing for me, what this show did was every moment that wasn't in this show, and it is 99.9999999% of the book, it just makes you shake your head and go, how could you call it an adaptation without Tom, without Lan, without the Dragger, like we talked about, without being in Camelin, without Rand climbing on the wall and meeting Elaine, and without all of those things? I'll get off my soapbox now.
No, man, you're fine on your soapbox because we're all feeling it. And it's like that's why, I wanted to know. That's part of why I asked favorite scenes from the books if we had them, because there's so many good ones, and it's just, Nate, I think you're right. I mean, you're almost glad now with the show when you don't see those scenes. It's like, if Ingtar is a background character just holding a sword back, there's like, oh, hey, there's Ingtar next to Uno, and they don't say anything, it might be like, all right, good, he's safe. It's like, what are they going to twist them in? It's like faux Tom is in the series, but is he really? He's not Tom. He's some warped, whatever you want to call him, right?
Mm-hmm. Is he even on the cast list for season 2?
I don't know.
Why would he be?
He's dead, right? I would not put it by him if they just leave Tom dead.
Yeah. Well, then maybe they'll find a woman. Maybe they'll find.
And that would be the one thing I would thank them for.
But wait a minute, you guys. What if they remember the woman who led the traveling people? She actually was in a movie called The Commitments in the 90s. God, she was hot back in the day. But what if instead of Tom, we have a matron teaching the girls besides Moiraine? What if they turn that narrative on their head, and so the boys don't get a mentor? The boys don't get a mentor, but then you get a woman, either a woman teaching the boys or something like that. But they're not going to let Tom. They're not going to let Tom be the mentor. They're not going to.
They'll bring back Tom, but he'll be the girl's apprentice instead of the girl being his apprentice.
Yes,
they're going to teach him how to gleam it. And it's like, I have a story for you, Tom, and then later he's going to be like, I heard this story.
He'll say, I had it all wrong.
Yeah.
Let me play this depressing tune for you, so you want to kill yourself, and then I'm gonna steal some money because nobody paid me because I suck. God, I don't. It's just, man, it has to be on purpose. It has to.
It is on purpose. Of course, it is, dude. It's all on purpose.
No, I'm just agreeing. It has to be because you couldn't get it more wrong if you tried, and it's one of those even like that. But then there's like a level of. So I think a lot of it's on purpose. Obviously, we've talked about that, right? But why is the costuming so bad?
Because cocaine doesn't pay for itself.
Why is the costuming and the
Sorry, I killed Nathan.
Hell of a drug.
I can leave now. I killed Nathan.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Is like cocaine's a hell of a drug. I can't.
Long live Chappelle Show.
But it's just like, that like the costuming isn't. I mean, I guess it could be agenda driven, but why are you so bad at it? That some of this stuff is clearly described in the books that you can't get it. That if you're paying any attention at all, you can't get it wrong.
Yeah, but so is Tom, and so is Egwene, and so is Nynaeve, and so is Rand, all very clearly defined in the book.
Yeah, but you're warping them for your agenda. Why ruin the clothes they're in? That doesn't have. Go ahead.
Your question about the clothes is the same thing about the sword, right? Like, why does the sword look nothing like the description, right?
Garbage.
Like, it's terrible. There's a great YouTube video of somebody who made a way better looking one with like actually kind of braided cord quillins and like looks amazing, right?
Wow.
There are some people out there who have made some like really great Heron Mark swords, right? So like it's not more expensive to make a sword that looks like the one in the book than to make a shitty one. It's not more expensive to make clothes that look like the way they're supposed to. I think the clothing is on the line of the agenda, right? So like, why do the Aes Sedai not have dresses? That's agenda, right? But why is it that no one in the Two River is wearing anything made out of fucking wool? That's nonsense is what that is.
PETA, because PETA's probably involved.
You know what? I wouldn't freaking doubt it, right? So here we go. We got the next Wheel of Prime real quick here. Amerlin seat introduces the Rainbow Aja for channeling people who takes up the mission of spreading the knowledge of scissor weaves.
All right,
Beta Angrels and Walman Gaiden.
Hold on. There we go. We got our one-eyed scissoring here. Hold on. We got our one winking eye of scissoring. Here we go. Wait. Here we're gonna go. Now we're gonna
Oh
get
my.
some more. We're gonna get some scissoring, like going down.
Dude, anybody
Scissoring.
tuning in now is like, what the frick is
Then
happening?
we're gonna get some reverse cowgirl scissoring. There we go.
But Trip, if
Yeah.
it's budget related, it's because they wanted to save the the money for their
cocaine.
gallivanting and cocaine. I think you're
Yeah.
probably right. Cocaine and gallivanting across the
Yeah.
world, because
So
the best way to go ahead, Nate.
no, so you mentioned that it has to be intentional, and the way that I could compare this is like if anybody see the movie Aragon, I can regretfully say that I have. I've read the book, and it was a decent book. I mean,
I
it
know
was
what you're
written
talking
by a
about.
16-year-old.
Yeah.
But the movie was awful, and
Awful.
but the problem is the movie suffered from complete incompetent writing in the adaptation. Here, what we have is the agenda with it, because when you watch what they did with Aragon, you could tell there was no agenda that they put there in the scripting. It was just people who had no idea how to adapt that book whatsoever.
Yep.
But here, and what we have also with the Rings of Power and whatever else is out there, you have this agenda insertion constantly going on that's just embedded in the Hollywood culture. So it's incompetence combined with agenda, and but it's not the incompetence driving the writing, it's the agenda driving the incompetence.
But you
And
just
so-
defined something important. The difference between incompetence and negligence. Incompetence is you don't know any better. Negligence is you know what you're doing and you're doing it deliberately.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Nathan.
No, that's a great addendum to that, though. That's
No, it's an important distinction too. It's just it's not because there's a lot. They know what they're doing, right? I mean, it's we can say is we're sitting here wondering, well, how could you fuck it up? It's like, well, we didn't. We don't think we fucked it up. We made it better.
They didn't. They hit the ESG scores, and I've been saying that since I think the third episode of season 1. They have succeeded greater than Amazon could have ever imagined at hitting the ESG scores for this show. Who gives a shit what it's about? Who gives a shit what the book is about?
And they can write the novel that Robert Jordan and Tolkien never could.
Yeah, you're right. So they're successful.
The story they would write if they were writing today, right?
Yeah. Okay. Good night. I have to head to bed, but I want to say great stream. Look forward to more. Night all. Thanks for stopping in.
Good night, questioners.
I'll give you a scissoring good night. There you go, question.
Well, I mean, I don't want. We've been going 2 hours. I don't want to keep you guys.
Just gave nightmares, Salty.
That's what I do.
I'm gonna have a scissor attacking me at night. Yeah, it's gonna this red face thing. It's
It's a one-eyed scissor.
Somebody, if anybody's good at animation, just have a scissor chasing all of us.
It's worse than the Demigorgon.
That's true. This is the this is better. This is the Dragar we should have gotten in season 1.
The Dragar is just a scissor. Oh no! Watch the wires. No, don't get the wires. You've been working so hard. No,
I know. No. Look at this. This is more compelling. Look at this.
It is.
I can create a more compelling story with my unfinished paper boat than Robert Jordan did in a whole season and with $80 million. Look at this.
That's been shaping up pretty good, man. You made quite a bit of progress on that thing.
And my best friend Perrin.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, the new Plank of Wood
there
King.
You go.
Yeah. So we go in 2 hours, so probably a good time to wrap it up, fellas. So I guess we'll start with Nate. Nathan, you got anything to plug? I know you said you're doing something for Eye of the World here, right? So
yep.
What's going on?
Yep, just reading it, trying to chip away, hopefully going to produce something that will trump what Amazon did and how to actually adapt something. But it's going to take some time, and I'll just keep chipping away at it and hopefully start releasing it here in a bit of time. But keep an eye out. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. We'll do. I always like when you make videos, dude. They're always well thought out. And give a Man of Manetheren a sub. Go check him out. He's
Jesus. Man of Manetheren.
What did I say? What did I say?
You said Metamucil. You said a man of Metamucil. Yeah.
A man of Metamucil. What did I say?
Right.
What did I say?
Got to get the fiber.
Yeah.
Fuck me. What did I say? Pips, go. What do you got going on?
I don't know. Just
Man of Manetheren. What
continuing,
did I say?
continuing my own reread and working with some great guys and gals doing guest reviews on the White Cloaks rewatch. We got some
Can't wait to be on
some
that.
some independent sort of book as well as show related content that we'll put out periodically. We've done a couple on some other stuff like I think actually the next one to drop when I finish editing it is going to be a second part to a deep dive in review companies and their data sort of metrics, and it's pretty interesting talk with some of our guys. So just a lot of little irons in the fire. But yeah, over on the White Cloaks, having a good time doing the rewatch. I think we have Man of Manetheren coming out, hopefully maybe this weekend actually to film.
Sweet.
Well, you
And
guys
then,
do it
I'm
this
hoping
weekend,
so.
right?
Just opened up.
And then
This weekend they
Salty,
gonna
I've
stream?
been we're gonna record this week and then we'll premiere them for live chat, but they'll be recorded on YouTube after that.
Cool.
And then Salty, I've been told that you've been ducking Dane's calls. He wants you to get on with us.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been ducking calls. I may have a thing called a life, and occasionally I like to live it. And I love
Dane
you guys
doesn't
a lot,
understand
but yeah, I've got some professional things that I'm addressing this week. But I will be interested in talking with Dane. But what I want to do is, you guys, let's spend some time in my studio, get to know each other a little bit better. But I would absolutely love to talk with you guys. So I'm honored. I really am. You guys did some really good work over there on Reddit while you could. One of the things that I covered with Steve and Nathan was what was going on in Reddit with you guys, within not just in the Wheel of Time, but also the Rings of Power. And I know people like to shit on Reddit, but I see a lot of YouTubers today talking about how Eric July got banned off of Reddit, not just our comic books, but another site as well. And we ran with that story last night on my show. But if you know, the thing about it's just I don't run in Reddit, but there's 2.5 million people who do for comic books, and I don't know what it was like for Wheel of Time and what you guys were rolling on White Cloaks, but this is the concentrated hardcore geek fandom in these spaces. You know, you may hate the platform, but the geeks and nerds are there, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think the main subs have over 100,000 on Reddit, and then White Cloaks got up to about 5.5K before we got nuked.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And growing. Yeah. It was one of those. It was a shame because it was
actually among the top, the fastest growing subs on the Reddit wide leaderboards for a while. Like certain episodes came out, and White Cloak subreddit was really
bopping, man.
That's why you got nuked.
Yep.
Organic word of mouth fandom that goes counter to the narrative has to be destroyed. Look for it with the Rings of Power.
Oh yeah, well it's already on one level it's already starting with the deletion of comments and all that stuff with that on all the
and nuking of YouTubers with false copyright strikes.
Yeah, copyright strikes for doing nothing wrong. Yeah, I wonder who that happened to.
I'm so glad, by the way, that seems like, I guess actually, can you give us an update? Did that actually end up getting resolved? I know on your
that's not how this worked, Pips. They get to hold me hostage for 30 days until they make a decision. And if they rule against me, then I have the potential to go to federal court over this. And I've already taken one of the videos down. The other one that is out there is on my channel, but it has been taken down. But who knows, guys? I don't know when this trailer is going to be coming out, but it's supposed to be tomorrow for the Rings of Power. I don't know when it drops. If it drops at midnight, if it's already out. Is it out in China? Is it out in countries where it's already past midnight? Where it's already the 14th? I don't know. But I'd say 90-something% sure that what we showed, Purple Valkyrie and I did last Friday, is the trailer.
Yeah. I think you're like, we talked about that too. I think that's probably why there was such. I mean, you weren't the only one that got hit. You got hit real hard. I know we've talked about it, but they hit a bunch of people that covered it. And it was, you know, I think Zach's 7, check him out too. But Zach's is on top of a lot of this stuff, and I think he's right. It might have been a trap. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people waiting for this stuff. It might have been, hey, let's.
Yeah. Yeah,
You know,
it's
so-
like
Wallace Nail
January.
gets the hammer.
It's like January 6th, only for the Rings of Power. It's completely made up bullshit, so they can crush a narrative and they can silence dissent and intimidate people.
And distract from the real issue.
Bingo, Mr. Nathan.
So real quick, I just want to plug the questioners real quick. Me and myself and Dane did a video with them. You know, they have a good. They've crafted some really good videos. They got an editing team they put together, and they take some time to craft some fine videos. So me and Dane joined them for a video. So go check it out at the questioners YouTube channel. They're trying to grow as well. So it's nice to have, you know, more and more Wheel of Time channels showing up.
Yeah.
Salty, I know you got your build and chill thing going on, right? I'm not sure if so is that's going to be a weekly thing or because
Yes,
that was a lot of
it's
fun
gonna-
today. So
it is a blast, and what was really cool, and I'm not going to take a long time, were all the people who were in chat that are Purple Valkyrie subscribers, and then there's a lot of people who also subscribe to me. They also subscribe to you, Steve, Nathan, Zax, Max. We're very blessed to have this really great cross-channel shared group of really cool people. But all these people started putting their pictures of their own model painting, and some of it was Warhammer 40K. Some of it was someone had like a huge smog like dragon that they painted.
did he post it?
Yeah, he posted it.
Okay,
It's
I
all
didn't
there
see
on
it.
Twitter.
Okay, go check it out.
Yeah, just look on. But it was so cool to see all these things because we sit here as nerds and we see a name flying by in a chat, right? You don't know that these people, their fandom is just as passionate or more passionate than yours, and they have skills and they make these cool things, and all we see is a name flying by in a chat. So it's really kind of cool to get to do these build streams, and I can't wait to do it with anybody who is on this show. I will build anything with you guys. Like I've got, like I was telling you guys, I got a Ford Bronco from the 70s. I got a AMC international truck I'm going to build. I'm going to build a huge Star Trek Enterprise. I love this stuff. And if they're not going to give us entertainment, and if all it's going to do is be like narrative poison, then they can go fuck themselves. I'm going to do something else with my fandom and watch the old stuff. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. Because I want to encourage people. We can make a choice to not take this poison into our systems. You know, and I qualify the news as well as what we're seeing in film and television to be the same things. So
yeah, so no, it was a ton of fun. So it's pretty cool. That
Yes.
I think everybody in chat had something that they, you know, I have my Warhammer stuff that I'm doing with Ryan.
Dude, you have sick stuff. I didn't know that about you. All the stuff you have. And yes, nerd Porula, it goes without saying, dude. Let's build stuff. Come on, man.
Yeah, so it's what I actually not for tonight. I have a funny story. I had all my Warhammer pewter stuff. I had a huge Chaos Army stolen by the U.S. Postal Service.
I'm shocked.
So
wait, the federal government involved in theft? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So didn't even paid insurance for it. Didn't even get paid out the insurance. So it was one of those a huge Chaos Army painted, all that gone. So we're rebuilding. Ryan wants to get into it. So we're having not Easton. I'm sorry, Ryan. So yeah, it's a ton of fun. You know, next time I may paint. I got painting to do, not building. So I may paint while you guys are building while I'm watching. But it was fun times. But yeah. So for me, I guess I got a few ideas for some different types of Wheel of Time videos. Maybe some more informational type stuff, since you know, Forsaken and Shadow Spawn are being ignored. They need some love, so got some ideas for that. You know, and gonna keep, you know, I'd like to do some more of these streams, but I don't want to as long as we got some fresh Wheel of Time stuff to talk about. I don't want to go around in circles with everybody. So
I have an idea.
Okay, hit me.
I'm gonna break it here.
Okay.
You guys remember the interviews I did last season for interviewing a variety of people?
Yes, sir.
I think we should, all of us within this space of Wheel of Time fandom, Pips, Dane, Nathan, all of us, OBG70, hail to you, Mike. We need to pick characters from the Great Hunt and just spend a video talking about what their arc should be in the book. And That way, everybody will say, go look at Steve's channel, go look at Pip's channel, go look at Man of Manetheren, because Purple Valkyrie and I are working on ideas like that with Zax and other people, because we want to sort of spread the views out. So, because this is an expanded fellowship, right? And everybody has a great voice, and all those voices are needed. And, anybody can get struck or taken out for some bullshit reason at any moment. It's not just the big channels. And if that happens, people need to be able to reach out to everybody, And I'm shocked by that one.
There's not much Dane in the Great Hunt, my friend.
Yeah,
very little.
Yeah.
Very little.
But you guys see what I'm saying? We'll talk about it when we go into the green room.
Yeah.
But all of us, we need to look at the core characters, and then we all need to do a video talking about what new characters are introduced in the Great Hunt and who they are. Because when people go to Amazon and when they see what we're going to get, spoiler alert, it's going to be dog shit agenda. We're going to want to do what they did with season 1, which is, why does this show suck? This makes no sense. And then we point them to the books and we say, this is why you should make the effort of downloading an ebook or buying a paperback, because you want the real story, because this. So that's what I'd want to propose to everybody here.
Yeah, because So we'll talk. Obviously, we'll talk about that more, because I know you mentioned it to me before. I wasn't quite sure the scope of what you're talking about, but I'm in, man. I'm there. I'm there for anything. So I did have sort of an idea to sort of almost maybe narrate the graphic novel online, just because I thought that could be fun too. Just a few pages of the graphic novel, because that's so cool. But I don't know.
Your voice actors.
Dude, you got me. You haven't seen my audition tapes?
He can do all of them. He can do all of them.
Put that away, man. So jealous.
Man,
I gotta get that.
You beautiful bastard.
Yeah. So, but so I actually got a few things. I got the membership thing going. I'm figuring that out. So if you want to, be a member, I'll have some perks and stuff. I got a store working up because Salty helped me out with that. So eventually I'll have a store with some cool my fresh logo and some other stuff. So so which page is that? I'm trying to
damn it.
It's so good. Yeah, so I think it would be cool to just sort of, even if it was just a few pages, just sort of
let's do it.
Narrate
It's called a braid tug, Rafe. It's called a braid tug.
Yep. Hey, we got a braid tug. You saw that Trolloc drug her away by her braid.
Yeah, I laughed so hard. That was the funniest scene I've ever seen in my life. I laughed so hard. I'm like, she's dead. I laughed so hard. So it's good.
In my opinion, Rafe Judkins hates this story. He hates working on this show, and that was his FU to the fans. There's your braid tug, bitches. That's what that was. It wasn't an accident.
No.
I just like that the same character got 2 fake deaths in one season.
Oh, totally, dude.
Prepping.
Right?
They're prepping. Got to be prepped for all the deaths. That's
ridiculous.
why Loyal got stabbed and is going to survive.
Can I do my announcer voice for this one?
Yes, go ahead.
Next on Wheel of Prime,
shit. Go ahead.
Kazane, Nynaeve, and Egwene engage in a triple scissor weave during Waman Gaiden exuding Wolkfire, turning the tides, canceling the Dark One with the intense rhythmic vigor.
My mispronunciation of stuff is catching.
You guys know I can't say it. These are the way I say it in my head. I said it in my head that way.
Dude, we'll have a mispronunciation off, me versus you. I bet I win, but we'll see. So Matt, welcome. We're just finishing up. We're glad to see you, buddy.
Hey,
Thank
Matt.
you for stopping in. But yeah, so I was gonna read it out, but Salty did it so eloquently. I was gonna say we're gonna leave on the last next Wheel of Prime. Matt, thank you for those. That's freaking awesome chat. You guys have been great as always. I do have to schedule a Matt Danoff and get some topics.
I will run the chat with him for that one, but I just want to be in the same. I won't say anything.
I really just want to get. I have the picture of just Matt and Dane cross. Me not even in the picture, just them like fact unloading on each other.
You just got to set up a Jeopardy board. We can all submit questions.
Oh, I like that. I was just thinking about crossing the streams because I think of Dane and I think of Matt, and both wonderful people, but they're
Skeet,
powerful.
skeet, skeet.
And you don't want to cross the streams. You know what I mean? Bad things happen when you cross the streams. So that's a Ghostbusters reference.
It Matt. It would be Wheel of Time. Just Wheel of Time challenge. See. We drop a trivia question, and then you guys could just dump all the facts on the table, and we would just be like, how do they know all that shit?
What is the
Cage
18th
match.
word of the third paragraph of the 4th chapter of book 6?
Next.
Yeah.
That was easy,
Sniff.
bitch.
No.
Definitely
Folding.
Scissoring. No,
Yeah.
scissoring.
Yeah. Intentional grounding, 10-yard penalty, first down. I want to put on a ref shirt for that, dude. That's what I want to do.
I
wanna
don't
look
know.
like
It could be
I get a
fun, but-
whistle and stuff. So that would be hysterical.
We got to get some cool like graphics. It's like and just like
I get like a yellow flag where it's like the NFL, you know?
All right. Ring girls. You need to have ring girls.
Oh,
There you go. I think
We're taking applications now.
Yeah.
all right. You heard it
now.
here. The
Okay, guys.
toxic
I'll change my
masculinity
gender
just
for
got
it.
dialed.
It's all good.
No,
We got one.
No,
Nathan's got one.
Nathan.
Round
No,
one,
Nathan.
Nathan is gonna.
No, bikini Nathan. I love you, but I don't want you to be objectified that way, Nathan. It's okay.
Piss my wife off doing that.
It's his
that's-
body, his choice. I want to see more of that beer.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Oh my god.
Woo!
All right, fellas. Well, thank you all for coming. It's been a
Nice
ton of
sniff.
fun.
Look at Dane Barnfeld gave us a sniff. That's how he's indignant he is at us.
Oh my god. He's gonna bash us with our.
I am
his knowledge.
appropriately abashed, sir.
Dude, what, Matt? Come on, man. You're already. You can't talk. Dane is that intimidating, Matt? Come on, brother.
Matt,
I know you
don't
know
do
a ton. Come on.
No, Matt, you're Rocky to Mr. to what is it?
Clubber
God damn
Lang.
it. Yes, Clubber. I was like Apollo. No, it's Mr. T.
Clubber Lang.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, Clubber Lang may take you out, but we'll play a lot of the Eye of the Tiger. It's the Eye of the Tiger. It's the sin of the fight.
Gold star.
Of the Tiger.
we got the chorus.
Yeah, I got you, Matt. I'll be Creed. Come on, Creed. Come on.
All right.
Got no words.
Oh man.
Thank you, everybody, chat, you guys, and
Cheers.
yeah, and we will see you soon. Not sure for what, but we'll have something on the agenda soon. So, thank you all for coming, and oh hail the fucking Lord Dragon.
It's the Eye of the Tiger. It's the ring of the fight. Don't stop believing.